What up, guys? This is Remotely Wasted. We're doing a little draft recap since we finally have something football related to talk about. So we're gonna
Yeah,
go through the first round. Then afterwards, we're gonna kind of go team by team, maybe give our personal grades. Not that we're experts in any way, shape, or form, but just based off our personal opinions, what our
and
grades would
our
be for certain teams.
semi-college football knowledge.
We know quite a bit about a lot of these players that came out, though. I will say that we watched a lot of football
Yeah,
in college. Like we know, I feel like we know a lot more than just like the average person does about college football.
100%, 100%. I mean, once you kind of started getting out of, well, our conference and the teams that our teams play, then it gets a little more hairy there, but we're just gonna wing it, fuck it.
Especially when we get out of the group or the Power Five, or I guess Power Four now.
Yeah, you
When we
start
get to
seeing
like
like
the group of five,
Toledo and shit.
we're like we don't know nothing about that.
Now, if my teammate playing them, I don't know nothing about them. But I guess we'll just dive into it. Caleb Williams went number one, pretty much as expected for like the last couple of months, especially after Justin Fields got traded. This was like almost a 100% thing.
So with these, how did you personally feel about these quarterbacks? Like, who did you think was the best out of, I guess, the six guys that went in the top 12?
Like sheer talent wise,
Yeah,
Caleb
just
for
who
sure.
you personally like. Caleb, yeah, me too. I think
And
Caleb
then
is so good.
I really like Michael Penix. I love Michael Penix, but like I don't. And then Jaden Daniels is also like stupid talented, but I don't know. It's hard for me to pick out of those two for the number two spot. So I guess I'd go Jaden Daniels and then Michael Penix. Um, Drake May ain't got no damn business being in third. JJ McCarthy don't even need to be in the first round. Bo Nick shouldn't have been in the first round. The only reason they got drafted so high is because it's just a straight run on QBs, and then teams were like, "Well, fuck, they're not going to
They're
be there."
panicking.
Yeah, I will say the Raiders got absolutely hoed. They really needed a quarterback, and they all got picked before them. They had to have thought there was going to at least be one of them by the time it got down to them at four or at
I
13.
thought,
But
like, honestly, the biggest shock as far as the quarterbacks for me was Michael Penix going that high.
yeah,
Every projection I saw had him going later in the first round, maybe even slipping outside the first round.
I like
And
it to be honest. I think they got an absolute steal, like
oh yeah, he's a great player.
because Kirk Cousins, coming off his Achilles injury, he might not even be, ready for the start of the year. So that they would just be without a starting quarterback. So if that's the case, Penix plays game one, and then if Kirk Cousins is ready, cool. I mean, they did sign him to a huge ass contract. Penix can sit and learn. Um, Kirk Cousins doesn't always stay healthy, so there's a good chance he gets some playing time in the next year or two. And then also, if Kirk Cousins just starts playing bad, see ya.
Well, and what's crazy about the Falcons is that it was really the owner that was pushing for this. And typically it's like a coach that's pushing to draft a young quarterback,
Yeah.
but they're talking on ESPN about how if they want to go with Michael Penix this season, they can, and the owner is going to have no problem with it because he was the one pushing for it. Kirk, I guess he had no idea it was coming.
Yeah.
He was, I guess, not too happy about it, really confused. But I mean, he's got to understand he's an older quarterback. He doesn't
Yeah.
have that much longer in the league. They need to start looking towards the future, and they got
Well,
some insurance if he doesn't work out.
and everybody was saying, like he has no right to be mad. He has no loyalty to any team. Like since he's been like he's just a fucking mercenary chasing the bag. A
Yeah.
motherfucker gets paid so much to come in and just be slightly above average. He's a good quarterback, but like can't ever get the job done. You know,
Or he's injured.
disappeared or he's hurt. So he has nobody to be mad at. If he doesn't want to lose the job, then go perform. That's really all that is to it. Like, oh, even if they don't play him, like he still has like what a big chunk of that money guaranteed. So
It's like 100 million guaranteed. Like
like what are you bitching
nobody
about,
feels
bro?
bad for Kirk Cousins.
No, like I like Kirk Cousins. He seems like a cool dude, but fuck, man, I don't feel bad for him at all. Like the shitty thing is if Penix doesn't play, he's 26. So like by the time or was he 24, 24
He's
some shit like that?
24. I think he's 24.
Yeah, it's he might. roughly 26 potentially by the time he even gets to start or take over, which is relatively old, but fuck it. I mean,
I see.
Tom
I've
Brady
always
is playing
liked.
it like what 45, so
Yeah, I like the idea of a quarterback sitting behind for a long time. It worked out for
at
Aaron
least
Rodgers,
at
Jordan
least a
Love.
year. Patrick Mahomes,
Yeah, at least a year for sure. And then if you could sit even longer, I think that the
like
longer you sit, the better you're gonna be.
what are the what percentages of rookies that come in start day one? How well do they turn out?
Oh
Not
yeah,
very,
almost none of them are ever that
not
good,
very
really.
well.
Really.
Like CJ Stroud's an anomaly.
Yeah, Andrew Luck,
Um,
that's like that's an anomaly. Like
those are like
it doesn't happen very often.
generational talents. Um, dude, there's nothing wrong with him coming in sitting. Because then if he plays day one, comes in, struggles, people are like, "Oh, gotta get rid of him." We just wasted a first round pick on this guy, and like it's the fucking NFL, man. Like he's seeing defenses he's never seen before. Like defensive coordinators are pretty nasty with their schemes and disguising coverages and shit.
Yeah.
It takes a long time to learn that, let alone your own playbook. Like,
Yeah, and Belichick was on the McAfee show, just kind of showing like these quarterbacks and like when they're dropping back to throw, they
like
would
what?
think they didn't have anything open, but he's like, no, this is what open looks like in the NFL.
It's not very
He's
open.
like, this is as open as it gets. You have to make these throws, and he was pointing out Drake May because he was showing how Drake May holds onto the ball a little bit too long because he's waiting for like just a wide open receiver, and that does not happen in the NFL.
Sometimes.
Yeah, I mean every now and then. Yeah, Jaden Daniels and Drake May, I think you could interchange those actually after like looking into both of those guys. Um, I think Jaden Daniels is a little bit better, but I think
Way way better.
they both have significant weaknesses.
And he
Jaden
can
Daniels
run
doesn't
really
throw in the
well.
middle though. He
Eh,
can't throw in the middle of the field, which that's going to be a huge problem.
Yeah, because the middle of the field's a lot of times where some QBs make their money.
Well, I mean, he because what he does first read, if it's not open, he's taking off running.
Yeah.
So he's gonna have to go through his progressions a lot more. Drake May, he holds onto the ball way too long and he's not comfortable in the pocket. He scrambles out and tries to make big plays that just aren't gonna happen in the NFL. But I hope he's good. I hope Drake May is
For
good. That's
your
not
for
who I
your sake.
wanted. It's not who I wanted. I wanted us
Yeah.
to trade out of the pick, honestly, get more.
You guys really, I mean, you don't really need a quarterback. You guys have Jacoby Brissett. So you could have rocked with Jacoby for another year and probably had another top 10 pick anyways.
Yeah, I'm hoping
Um,
Jacoby is the one that starts the whole year.
could have traded back and got some more picks, or you could have taken Joe Alt right there, shored up the line a little bit for next year's rookie that you ultimately probably start day one. Could have got Marvin Harrison.
That's another thing. I was not wouldn't be mad at if we took Marvin Harrison
Uh,
Jr.
if you need defensive help, you could have literally taken anybody because everybody was available. So I mean, I don't know. I mean, I guess if they really think Jake May's that guy, but I don't think he's gonna be, to be honest with you. He might.
I think if he sits a year, I think he'll be fine. If we try to force him in the first year, I think it's not gonna end up well.
I think he walks the same like line as Mac Jones did. He had a semi-successful first year. You guys made the playoffs his first year, right?
Yeah, but we did have Josh McDaniels, and we had like a
Talent.
lot of core pieces that we still
Yeah.
had from like the Brady era.
I mean, there's no way he's making the playoffs his first year if he plays this year. Um, I just I think by the time he gets the job, he's gonna struggle. I don't think they're gonna give him enough time, and then I think you guys will be moving on.
I think he's gonna be better than Mac Jones just because he's a lot more mobile than Mac Jones. He could scramble out of the pocket and make plays,
Yeah,
but he needs to learn how to stand in the pocket and go through his progressions and get rid of the ball quickly. If he can't do that, it's just there's no way it's gonna work out. From what Bill was talking, it sounded like if he was the coach, he would have taken McCarthy because that McCarthy was the dude he was really praising a lot.
I
So
don't like JJ
I
McCarthy.
I don't know. McCarthy just he's such a mystery because he didn't really have to carry the team. He relied on Blake Corum and Donovan Edwards, so we really don't
He
know.
struggled a little bit.
Yeah, I mean he threw three interceptions that one game. We brought it up the whole
I thought
season to
that
discredit
all year.
him.
The defense carried the fuck out of them. Which is cool. I mean, that happens. No, like no discredit to Michigan, and they potentially also cheated. I'm still not letting that go, but
You know,
there's just a lot of factors into Michigan's success this year, and not I wouldn't even say half of it is because of JJ McCarthy. So we'll see. Could be wrong, but he has to start day one. Like he's starting game one.
yeah, I mean they
Uh,
don't have any other option to go with.
so
But he's got Justin Jefferson like right off the bat,
and
and Jordan
Jordan
Addison.
Addison. So he's got pieces. We'll see
They're essentially a playoff team. They just
if he can
were
play
missing a
good.
quarterback, and if he could
Yeah.
play good, they're in the playoffs
Well, they
probably.
got Dallas Turner in the 17th pick, so like they got two really well, no, I wouldn't say really good because JJ McCarthy is not really good in my opinion, but Dallas Turner is really good. So JJ McCarthy just has to be slightly above average like Kirk Cousins, and they'll make the playoffs probably. Maybe that division's getting a little harder.
Yeah, it is. And aside from the quarterbacks, I mean, Marvin Harrison's a hell of a pick for the Cardinals. I mean,
That's insane pick. Like
what just sucks is, they just lost Hollywood Brown, so it's kind of just Marvin Harrison.
they
So they're
got
gonna who else do they got?
he's like a white dude, I think, receiver. He was a rookie last year. I can't remember his name. I think he'll be solid. The Cardinals they'll be decent. They're probably not going to pick in the top five next year.
Well, I mean, Kyler actually looked pretty good when he came back from his injury at
Yeah,
the end of last season. So if he could keep that up, it just feels like, now that Cliff is out of Arizona, maybe they actually have a shot to be pretty good. Because I just think Cliff had no business being a head coach in the NFL, especially
yeah.
when he had a losing record in college. Um, Joe Alt, I think, is a great pick
Well,
for
and
the
another
Chargers.
thing on the Cardinals is like they
Mhm.
haven't had like a true number one receiver probably since Larry Fitzgerald. Like,
Yeah, so, well, I mean, they had DeAndre Hopkins for a little bit. But
he was kind
that
of out of his prime at
wasn't
that
like a
point.
prime DeAndre Hopkins though.
They
Yeah,
had like Christian Kirk, Hollywood
he's all
Brown, but
right.
Hollywood Brown's not like the
He's really
number.
like a two or three
He's the number
guy.
two guy,
Like
minimum or maximum. So yeah, they haven't had anybody of this caliber in fucking forever. So this is like a blessing for them. And then if they have another down year, they can go out pick up another receiver to match with them, and they can be pretty nasty. We'll see. Joel, I can't really miss there. I don't think it's
no,
not really
they
much
needed O
risk.
line really bad. So I mean that helps. Justin Herbert get some
Yeah,
protection. Malik Neighbors I thought was a really good pickup. Some people even said he was better than Marvin Harrison Jr. I don't think he's as consistent, but I think he's a lot more explosive. I think he's gonna take the top off the defense.
yeah, we need that because they be just pushing down on us, pushing our shit in at the line of scrimmage. So yeah, maybe that'll help take some pressure off the O line a little bit.
So I
Uh,
didn't really watch a whole lot of the Giants. So what happened? Because the 22-23 season, y'all made the playoffs.
our O
And then,
line,
then, then now y'all are picking six. Like what happened?
our
Like
O line, and just offense in general was so bad. Like Daniel Jones was just getting massacred like every game. Like one game that stood out in particular was that Seahawks game. I think they potentially tied the record for like sacks in a game or some shit like that. Uh,
I think I remember that actually. Yeah.
it was bad. Let me see if I can find it. Uh, I don't know if last season's scores will be on here. Okay, it was relatively early.
Looks like they got them all lined up.
It was just a fucking massacre.
Yeah, I would have had him in pretty early because y'all had a whole DeVito win like the whole end of the season.
Yeah, and then yeah, fucking Daniel Jones got hurt, so we didn't have a quarterback. Um,
The whole
Saquon
quarterback situation was just such a shit show.
Saquon couldn't run. We have no fucking wide receivers. The defense was relatively okay, all things considered. Um, it was just fucking bad, man. The O lines they couldn't do anything. We had no shot.
Let's see. It looks like that was your bye week.
Bye week in week 4 is crazy.
Week 3, 49ers. I'm sure
Was it
that
the
was a,
first game of the season? Yeah, maybe it was.
it could have been the very first game. Yeah, I guess it had to have been. Oh, it was Cowboys. Oh, it was the 40-0 against the Cowboys. I remember that
What
now.
fucking week was this? Let me just yeah, that was nuts.
Oh, week 4. There it is. 97-yard pick six.
All right. They only ran 51 plays and beat us 24-3. Only had 281 yards offense. 11 sacks.
Jesus.
I don't remember if that was even close to the record. I might just be making shit up,
No,
but
I think that's very close to the record, I think.
11 sacks in a game is fucking insane. They put up 121 rushing yards on us. Like it was a goddamn catastrophe. Threw 2 interceptions and a fumble. Like just that's how bad we were.
The Giants are just a weird spot. Cause I mean, I don't know. It just like it's like what can you guys do? Like Daniel Jones is like good, but it's hard to tell if he's really good because the team around him isn't very good. So like you can't tell if he's bad or if it's just
Yeah.
the team. Like he could be really good. He looked good the playoff year. Like I thought he looked really solid. I was like, this guy might be the guy.
I don't think he's bad. I think our team's bad. And also I'm not even a Daniel Jones fan. Like I don't necessarily like him, but it's not all on him. Our team's just bad. We need a lot. I'm really just glad we did not take a quarterback right here. Everybody thought we was going to take JJ McCarthy. I would have been happy if we took Michael Penix. I will say that, but uh, yeah, we just need a lot. Malik Neighbors is cool. It fills a hole. Because we have no wide receivers. Not a Darren Waller was our wide receiver, and he was garbage. Dude was out there just walking, like he was barely playing, jogging on his routes. Like, the fuck are we doing out here, man? Get him off the team. Cut his
It was
ass.
a rough
So
year.
I'm cool with it. I don't think we're gonna be good this year again. So we'll probably finish up here in the top 8. We might win a game or two more. So
So it's a Giants tradition to have an elite skill position player with a bad team. Went from Odell to Saquon. Now we got
Malik
Malik
Neighbors.
Neighbors.
Hey man, whatever. We just gotta slowly start building the team up. I think the O line is getting a little better. Defense is just average, as I would say, but tragic. Gonna be another tough year. Will Levis getting a tackle
That's
is
good.
it's good for them. I'm they need a lot of shit, so I'm sure they was probably wanting to go with a more flashy pick, but I'm glad they kind of followed the Chargers and took what they really needed. If a
Yeah.
lot more teams did that, then they wouldn't be as bad as they are, I would
Yeah.
say.
Gotta I mean sometimes it's better to pick for need, sometimes it's better to pick the best available player.
Yeah.
Like the
If what you
Falcons, they
need's
went
not
they went with
there.
best available player according to their board. Um but teams like the Titans and the Bears, I think Roma Odunze was a great pickup.
Man,
Uh,
I the
Keenan
Bears are gonna
Allen,
the
DJ
Bears are
Moore,
gonna be
Komet.
fucking disgusting if Caleb Williams is at least average.
If he's slightly better than Justin Fields, I think they'll be pretty good.
Oh, and I think he's gonna be. He has already like 100% more shit than Justin Fields did. If Justin Fields had this, I think they would have been fine. Like they could have say they didn't, trade Justin Fields, right? You could take Marvin Harrison right here, Joe Alt, shore up the O line, and still take it, Dunza, and you still have the same fucking team. You know what I mean? Or they could have traded back right here, like I was saying, all fucking offseason, take somebody's fucking everything for the next 4 years. They could have got so many first round picks for this. Like, I know the Commanders would have fucking sold the farm to come up here and get Caleb Williams. I know that. The Pats probably wouldn't have. Let's see, the Falcons probably not. The Vikings 100% would have sold the farm. The Broncos do it all the time. They definitely would have. The Raiders are trash. They would have as well. So like they could have got so much shit right here for this spot. They just kept Justin Fields and still had the same team that
Yeah.
they got right now, but probably a little bit better.
I mean, I think
Uh,
the ceiling's a little bit higher for Caleb
yeah,
Williams.
I think so.
I think they're gonna honestly, I think they're gonna have a very similar season to what the
I
Texans
think
had this
I think
year.
they make the play. They make the playoffs 100%. As long
Yeah.
as Caleb is average at worst.
Everything I saw from Caleb during the draft process, I was impressed with. There was a bunch of rumors going on, like, oh, he wants a percentage and all this of the
Yeah,
team and stuff.
I
It's all
remember
bull. It
that.
was all bullshit. It ended up being bullshit. In every interview and everything I saw of him, he looked like not the way he was painted.
Just excited to, you know,
He
be
was just
picked.
locked in. He didn't even cut his hair. Like, I mean, he was just focused on like trying to get better. So I think a lot of the Caleb hate is unnecessary and just comes from a bunch of false rumors. And I don't even really like the guy that much. I mean, he screwed over my team by
Yeah.
going to USC. So I mean,
Oh, I'd
I
be
still think he's
pissed.
a great
Yeah.
player.
If anybody's got a reason to not like the guy, it's you. So, yeah, I did the Bears. They definitely improved overnight, like drastically. I know that the defense is solid. They're going to be even better now that they're not going to be on the field probably as much. The offense is going to be able to sustain drives and score points.
Yeah, they got
So
DeAndre Swift in the backfield too. On
that
top of
offense is
that,
the offense is loaded. As long as the O line holds up and gives Caleb time and open holes for DeAndre Swift to run through, the defense is going to be they'll probably be a little bit above average. I think they'll be fine. Yeah, the Bears are going to be pretty nasty next year, I think, and I'm here for it. I don't hate the Bears. Bears are cool. It'll be
it'll be
nice
an
to see them
interesting
good be good again.
it'll be interesting because JJ same division. They're gonna play each other twice a year. Caleb and JJ. I feel like that
I think
might
they
end
beat
up
the
being kind of a
Vikings twice.
rivalry. Probably.
They probably beat the
That's such
shit out of the
a
Vikings.
stacked division, though. You got the
It is.
Packers, the Lions, the Vikings, and the Bears
The
now.
fucking Lions almost made the Super Bowl. The Packers beat the Cowboys in the playoffs, right?
Yeah, they demolished them.
Who was Super Bowl favorites all fucking year for some reason.
This is the year
So
this year, though.
yeah, the Packers are. I don't know. I can never get a read on the Packers, man. I'm always like, yeah, they're gonna be terrible, and then they somehow are good with like nothing. The Packers annoy me.
The Packers are always they always have a great quarterback and they put nothing around him. That's been their thing for the past like 35 years since they've had Brett Favre.
Well, they took an offensive tackle, so that's good for Jordan Love, I suppose. They still I think they took a wide receiver in round two, but let's see here. Uh, Jets taking a tackle,
They need
probably
that more protection for Rodgers.
super smart. If I was them, I'd maybe even consider trading up to get Joe Alt if they were feeling frisky.
Yeah.
But I'm sure the Chargers probably would have wanted a lot. Um,
I heard a lot of good things about Fashanu or however you pronounce his name. I've heard a lot of good things about him though, so I think
yeah,
they got a solid pick out of him.
I think so too. Broncos taking Bo Nix. He's
He's
day
gonna
one.
have to start. They have a terrible
Oh fuck, maybe not.
quarterback
They
room.
got yeah, Jarrett Stidham, Bo Nix, and Zach Wilson. So like, who knows who's gonna win that? Like, are you gonna start a rookie? You're gonna start Zach Wilson, who's a step above a rookie, or are you gonna start Jarrett Stidham, who's like a perennial backup, but's got way more experience.
I'd probably like honestly if it was me, I would throw Stidham in there. He's not gonna do you any good.
Just let
I
him
would throw Stidham in there and tank for another year. You know what I mean?
let him fail. If he fails, throw Zach Wilson out there. If he fails, all right, then we'll throw Bo Nix. And by the time Bo Nix comes in, if he's good, you guys probably lost 6 games, and you'll still have a relatively decent draft pick if Bo Nix comes in and just balls out.
But Bo Nix is really accurate though. I think he was the most accurate quarterback of this entire draft from what I was
And they played
seeing.
a bunch of fucking bums. That's why.
I mean that there's that, and he has a very similar issue that Jaden Daniels has, where it's first read, then he kind of wants to take off running after that.
Yeah,
He doesn't go through his progressions super well. So well, I don't know. I just don't think he's ready to start day one.
I don't think so either.
I think he could be really good.
They
Like
they have a
the only guy I think that could start like really should start day one is Caleb. Jaden Daniels. I think he's solid,
Maybe.
but that's not a great team around
He
him.
has to start. They traded Sam Howell.
I mean, that's all they have. So I mean, he
And
has
they
to
ain't got Taylor
start.
Heineke anymore, so he's got to start. And the Broncos have solid pieces on offense. They still have
Sutton
Mims
and
and Sutton.
Mims, and there's
The
another
run
guy's pretty good. Yeah,
the running back was balling out last year. I don't remember his name. I want to say he was like a rookie or a second year player, but he's not one of those like, star dudes, but he had a really good year, so they got some pieces on offense for him to be successful. It's really just up to him and the O line to protect him. Defense is defense is okay. I mean, they beat the Chiefs.
they just have such a bad front office. They don't know what they're
Yeah,
doing. This is going to be their 13th quarterback since Peyton Manning, and
they
that
gotta get
hasn't
rid
even
of
been 10 years.
they gotta get rid of Elway.
No, he's gone. He's
Oh, is
gone.
he? When did
Yeah,
that
he
happen?
he, he was gone. I think the end of the 2022-23 season. So it's
I
just
could have
been like a
swore I seen
year.
his ass.
I mean, he's probably still involved with the organization, like as like a figurehead, but
Yeah,
he,
maybe.
he's not in the vice president role anymore. He's not making
Yeah,
big decisions anymore. Um,
Brock Bowers. I don't think this was. I don't think they should have taken Brock Bowers here, honestly.
this is one an example of the best player available. I think he was easily the best guy on the board at this point in the draft.
Well, they need a quarterback. They have what I think Aiden O'Connell is who he
Yeah,
was
that's
a
their guy
rookie.
right now. Yeah,
So they're
maybe they feel good
probably
about him.
they feel good or they're cool with tanking all year.
Yeah,
I
that
think they
too.
should have went, like edge rusher and helped out Max Crosby because that defensive line would have been fucking insane. And that defense won them a couple games last year. So uh Dallas Turner or Leah Tuilatu would have been fucking insane to pair up with Max Crosby and but yeah, best available was probably Brock Bowers, but
I mean, if we're
they
going
don't
off the
need
fact that
him.
if they're tanking, I kind of like the idea. Like, let's say they are tanking for a quarterback
Get a
next year,
piece for him.
you're getting weapons for him ahead of time. If they're running
Yeah,
it with Aiden O'Connell, I don't know how great it was because if that means they think they can win now, if they think they have their guy,
no chance.
I don't think he's their guy. I don't. He's a
No, not in
backup. You
that
know what I mean?
division. No
Uh,
chance, because yeah, Cardinals are better now. Seahawks are probably still better than the Raiders, and then you got the fucking Chiefs. That's the division, right?
no, you got them mixed up. You did
No,
like
no, the
two.
Seahawks. Yeah, the Seahawks aren't in there. It's
Seahawks are the NFC, so
it's
theirs is
Raiders,
Chiefs,
Chiefs,
Broncos, Raiders,
Broncos,
Chargers.
Chargers. Yeah, okay, all three of those are better. I'm
Yeah.
slightly intoxicated.
Um,
Uh, Fuaga, I don't know much about him.
I've heard a lot of good things about him. I heard he wasn't quite as good as Fashanu and Alt, but I heard he's a pretty solid tackle. They needed a little bit of offensive line help. I don't know. Derek Carr,
Yeah,
I just don't know about him. I don't know if
no
he's
shot.
the guy for the Saints
Nope.
or not, but they're gonna run it back with them. So and they drafted a Spencer Radler in the fifth round. Maybe see
Yeah,
if
whatever.
he's got something. He's
We'll
actually
see.
he's like he could be like a high reward player, Spencer Radler, if he has all the physical tools. It's just
That's a super low risk pick for them, especially that late in the draft. After like three, all those players are just it's like throwing fucking shit at a wall trying to see what sticks.
yeah.
You're just praying that you get somebody that can even, make the 53 man roster at the end of the year. Uh, so yeah, that's fine. I don't hate it. Colts taking an edge rusher.
First defensive player off the board at
They
15.
needed it, but um, they probably could have used an offensive lineman as well.
Yeah, they could have taken
They
Mims right
need
there from Georgia.
they need wide receivers because they lost Pittman.
Yeah.
I don't even know who the fuck they got now.
I want to say
Uh,
they took one in the later rounds or I can't
we'll
remember
s-
which round.
we'll see. Yeah, it's a good pick. That guy's supposed to be really good, but he's another neck injury away from fucking not walking again. So
You know,
uh,
Anthony Richardson, he had such a good start
he
to
did.
last season. I'm curious to see if he's gonna struggle now coming off an injury, and he didn't really get his feet fully wet last season. The
He
Colts, I
he
mean, in theory, they should have a really good team.
he fucked his shit up. So he had a knee injury.
Yeah, like it was like
Yeah,
early in the season. I
like
thought,
the
man, this
first
guy's pretty
6 games,
good.
I think.
Yeah,
That's a good pick for the Seahawks. Byron Murray's a dog.
yeah, strong,
Um,
big, strong dude.
him and that other defensive tackle that Texas has. No, not Worthy. He went in the
Was it
second
a
round.
Sweat? I think he went second round.
Yeah, them two together, like. But yeah, that's fine. Seahawks. I don't know. They need a quarterback. I
I
think
like
they
Geno Smith in the
I
short
think they
term though.
have Sam Howell too.
They have
I
Drew Lock, I know for sure.
Now Drew Lock's not. He went
Or did
somewhere
he?
else.
Or he went somewhere else?
The fuck's Drew Lock play for?
No, that is right. He did go somewhere else. I just can't remember where it was.
He's on the Giants. Missed that one.
Okay. Well, I mean that's good. Good insurance for
Yeah, Sam Howell's on the
Sam
Seahawks.
Howell. Okay. Well, I that's weird. That's weird. You
Sam
got you.
Howell was doing pretty fucking good with what he had. So
It's just a weird spot for Sam Howell because like Geno Smith's pretty good.
that
Um,
maybe they're just kind of trying to give him some time, more time in the oven to bake behind Geno. Maybe he can learn a thing or two, and maybe they don't need to draft a quarterback. 'Cause they have a first round quarterback on their bench who's still pretty young.
yeah, I mean
It
Sam
could work
Howell,
out. It
he
can work
could
out.
be good. I mean, I thought he was good with the Commanders. Honestly,
I did too.
I didn't even necessarily think they needed to draft a quarterback. I thought they could have stuck it
No.
with him. I mean, I wasn't that sold on him to where I thought he was like the franchise guy, but I thought
Because
he
them
could be.
motherfuckers could have kept Sam Howell and taken Marvin Harrison here, had Marvin Harrison and Scary Terry, and been fucking unstoppable on the offensive side. That would have been sick. Absolutely disgusting is what that would have been. Um, yeah, we already touched on Dallas Turner to the Vikings. That's super good. They had to replace some pieces on the D line, so plug and play, I suppose. Uh, just no brainer here.
Yeah, they needed that for sure.
They motherfuckers, these dudes miss on offensive line probably more than we do. Uh, us and the Bengals stay drafting offensive linemen and can't hit for shit on them dudes. It's actually disgusting.
Bengals are just they're a weird team, you know. Burrow, he's kind of like an injury prone quarterback at this point. It's a little weird. He missed his entire rookie year pretty much, or a big chunk of it. I don't think it was like the entire year. I think it was like the end of the rookie year. And then he missed a big chunk of last season. I think was like a hand injury or some shit. Can't even remember what got Burrow this past season.
I think we had like a hamstring injury at one point. I'm pretty sure. I don't fucking know. I don't.
Either way, he needs protection.
Yeah,
Because that's why he lost the Super Bowl because he didn't have protection. That was their big problem that year, and it was
see,
against
that's
the Rams.
that
Uh,
rule goes for a lot of things and more than just football. You need protection, you know.
yes, you do. Yes, you do.
So yeah, that's cool. What a great dig at this guy, 90. He's a big dude.
Yeah,
Two,
I mean,
340,
anybody
six
coming out of
eight
Georgia,
is crazy. That's a big boy. 6'8", 340 is crazy.
nah, that dude's huge.
Who's moving that man? As long as he's pretty quick on his feet, getting out to those edge rushers, like they might have finally hit on somebody. Uh, my dude going number 19 to the Rams. Dude, I'm fucking with the Rams heavy. They have three Florida State players out of this draft now. They signed I think Akeem Dent at a free agency, so they have three
Okay.
three of our starting defensive players.
Then they got what Fisk in the second round.
Yeah, they traded up for him. I was confused when that happened, but I love this. They got Jared Verse and Braden Fisk to basically replace Aaron Donald. So maybe both of them together will, equal the output Aaron Donald was pushing out. So you got Verse on the edge and Fisk right next to him in the middle. So and they're both really good. So I'm excited for it. I'm ready. I'm gonna watch some more Rams games this year if I can, just to watch my dudes play. Uh, I like this. I'm happy that he went there. I was kind of worried he was gonna go to a shit team, but
He got kind of lucky because
He
last
did.
year he was projected to go, I think, top 10. He would have
Yeah.
ended up somewhere terrible. He didn't go top 10, but he got on a really good team.
Well, he's projected top 20, and then I think he honestly his stats might not show it, but him coming back another year, I think helped him out. I mean, he also was super unselfish and wanted to help us compete for a championship, which is fucking awesome. He could have potentially got hurt and fucked his shit all up, but he didn't. So I think that shows you a little bit, kind of about his character too. I think he just got better, so I think the Rams got a super good player here. Super excited to see him play. Steelers taking a guard.
I like that a lot. I mean, you got Russell Wilson, Justin Fields, whichever one you're rolling out with, probably Wilson to start the season. Steelers are one of the teams I think I put down as having one of the better drafts, especially with what they did in later rounds. I think they picked up a receiver too.
The
Um,
Steelers never miss on linemen too, so I don't remember who they just lost, but uh, their line was getting up there in age, so they needed to fill some gaps, which is perfect. They could have, been selfish and went wide receiver, which they also need.
yeah, they
I like
definitely
it.
they need a lot on offense. Their
Yeah,
defense is all right. Offense their
defense is
offense has been
great.
bad for a while. Their offense
Yeah.
has been bad shit since before Big Ben left.
I I feel like most of it's like quarterback play too, because like Big Ben at the end of his career wasn't great, but
He
to
was
be
not
fair,
good.
the O line wasn't helping him, a whole lot. He also didn't have a lot to work with. And then they get Kenny Pickett.
That dude was what I don't know what is
To
up
be
with that
fair,
dude.
like I don't think it was all on him. Like, yeah, I don't think he was as good as everybody thought. Their offensive coordinator was dog shit. Hmm. Their offensive weapons weren't super great, but I don't think they were terrible.
I don't know if you heard about how he reacted to them getting Russell Wilson, but
Is he
he
even still
he
on this
he,
team?
he no, he got traded to Philly. Um, he got really mad when uh when they traded for Russell Wilson and then
And then
demanded a trade, so they sent him off immediately and traded for Fields. Like, we don't like, all right, see you, bro. We don't
yeah,
care.
yeah, the Steelers hit a mean come up on quarterback room. They have that's crazy. They have two starting quarterbacks.
I think
Russ
Russell Wilson's gonna have a comeback year.
Russell Wilson was not bad last year. His stats were pretty solid. Like I mean, I know he had some games where he didn't look great, but uh,
People forget that he's probably a top 15 quarterback of all time. People really forget that.
he's
Uh,
he's
Just
he's
because
really good.
he had two bad years, or yeah, like one and a half bad years in Denver. And Denver hasn't been good for the past since they won the Super Bowl. So
Yeah,
I think this is a good situation for him. Mike Tomlin's a great coach. If they could just, I don't know, if they could get that offense flowing, receiver wise.
because defense is gonna get the job done. Like the defense is gonna keep them in games. As long as they ain't rocking up against like the Chiefs and potentially getting blown out, like they'll compete with pretty much everybody.
Yeah, I think they got a good shot.
Yeah,
Let's see, what did the Dolphins got an edge rusher? I mean, the Dolphins they
they
just
didn't. They need a
they
lot.
already have. I feel like the Dolphins already have a lot of what they need.
They
Their
lost a
defense
lot off defense.
is probably their biggest question mark. Their
Yeah,
offense, I think, is still pretty solid. But I mean, I don't know much about Chop Robinson. I don't really remember watching him
he's
at Penn
he's
State.
solid. I don't think he's gonna be great. Um,
Like a 90, I mean.
he's good. I feel like they probably could have benefited probably from secondary a little bit more. They lost a lot, but I mean they also still have Xavier Howard and Jalen Ramsey. I'm pretty sure, but going into this last year, like looking at the Dolphins defense, I was like, that's no fly zone. These motherfuckers gonna be locked down. Like nobody's running on or running routes on these dudes, and they got fucking torched. So I was completely wrong after looking at that depth chart, but
I mean, I hope the Dolphins do terrible. I don't want anybody in our division to do good.
fair
Besides
enough.
us. So I don't know. The Dolphins is they're just kind of in a weird spot. They're like they're a playoff team, but they're in that spot where they want to take the next step to be a Super Bowl contender,
Yeah.
and they're just in that weird spot. They're gonna be in the playoffs. I feel like they're a lock, but they can't get to that next step. They can't even really win a playoff game. I don't even know
I
the last time they won one.
they're basically set up to just hopefully outscore whoever they're playing. Like
Yeah,
they're not stopping anybody on defense with their defense. Like it's a shootout. Um, it
this was
works for
their best shot at it. I mean,
the
the
Chiefs most of the time. So,
the Chiefs like
but the
this.
Chiefs actually have defense a vast majority of the time. On paper, they don't look like they do, but them motherfuckers ball out.
They had a great defense this year, honestly. That defense
Yeah.
carried them in the play. I wouldn't say carried them, but took them pretty far in the playoffs. Um, and you would think the Dolphins would have been able to beat the Chiefs in the playoffs because like
Hey,
offense
that
for
game was
Mahomes,
cold, bro.
the worst. This past season was the worst offense I've ever seen Mahomes have. He just is trying
They don't
to see
nobody to throw the
nothing.
ball to, and Travis Kelsey had a slightly down year.
Yeah, their receivers are terrible. So I don't know what I don't know what more the Dolphins need to win. Like I don't know if they're just destined to fail at this point. And they got a I don't know. Mike McDaniel's a weird ass dude to me.
I like Mike McDaniels. He's funny,
He's like
dude.
he's a meme. He's a meme to me, man.
He is, but like I'd play for him. He seems like a cool fucking dude, man.
I feel like he gets high. I get
He
that vibe
has to. He,
from.
like some of the times I see him, he's just like, and the shit he says, you're like, what? It makes no sense.
I saw him on the sideline one time. The fans were roasting him like the opposing team because he's standing by a heater. He's like, I'm cold.
He's probably one of the most like uh relatable head coach in the entire NFL. Like he seems like just a normal dude, which is cool to see, you know.
Yeah, he's pretty funny, dude. I'm curious to see
He's
if he's
hilarious.
got what it takes to take him. Let's see. I think this Toledo corner is really
Every
good from everything I
everybody
saw.
was like super high on this dude. I think he's gonna be good, you know. They got Quinyon Mitchell and then they got Cooper DeJean. So like they got like the two top cornerbacks in the draft somehow. You know, according to like, you know, grades and shit. I'm pretty sure Quinyon Mitchell is number 2, and I think Cooper DeJean was like number 1. If I'm not wrong, I don't know. Let me go to the second round real quick. What's Cooper rated at? 90, and then I think he was
He's the
92.
third best corner is what they
What's
said.
Wiggins? My fucking blind. There he is.
Oh, there he is. Yeah.
89. So they got, yeah, the one number 1 and 2. So I guess according to these grades, Quinyon Mitchell's number 1, Cooper DeJean would be 2, Wiggins would be 3. How do you let that happen? How does this happen?
And it's the
Uh,
Eagles, man. The Eagles
like
are already
fuck.
good. They're already good.
Oh my God, that secondary. If these dudes are those dudes, the secondary is gonna be nuts. And they
Uh,
got no, I'm getting them mixed up with the Ravens. Never mind.
they're stacked. And they got some, in my opinion, they got some steals in this draft.
This is the year for the Eagles. You got Saquon Barkley. The offense is loaded,
Yeah.
absolutely loaded. They just got to replace their center pretty much.
Yeah,
I don't.
That Jason Kelsey is gonna that loss is gonna hurt them pretty bad though.
Yeah, and if I'm him looking at this draft, I'm like, I gotta come back. Gotta come back one more year
Run it back one more year.
because this the Eagles are absolutely loaded this year. And you know the rich get richer. You know they've done what they needed to do. They've drafted really well the last couple of years. They got their team put together, and they just keep filling holes and upgrading, and hopefully win another Super Bowl for them. I hope not. I fucking hate the Eagles, but
I would love to see Jalen get a Super Bowl.
I mean he deserves it, man. That dude works his ass off. I hate the Eagles, but I like Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of wish he was on a different team too. Um, so I don't really love the Eagles. They beat us in the Super Bowl in 2018, so not my favorite team.
Yeah, you think they're gonna ban the tush push?
I don't know.
I feel like they kind of have to. Like
I don't think they
it's.
should because really
I
the
don't think they
Eagles are the
should
only
either,
successful
but
team with it.
It's like it's almost unstoppable. Oh, but with Jason Kelsey being gone, maybe
I don't know if it'll work as much without Jason. There's a lot of things that are going on in the NFL.
yeah. Did you
that
see the
I'm not happy with right
you see
now.
the padded helmets being like allowed?
Yeah, I don't like that. I don't. That's gonna look stupid. It prevents
Eventually,
concussions, I guess, but like,
eventually they're gonna like make it like mandatory for like certain positions probably, like like linemen probably mandatory. Receivers and linebackers are what's probably mandatory. Running backs 100%. Like the only people that ain't gonna be wearing that shit's like the quarterback and the kicker.
I don't
Uh
like it. I'm curious to see how the new kickoff works because
I like it. I think
I
it's gonna
see
be
I've
cool.
seen the XRUFL now is what it is, since they merged. I kind of like it.
Yeah.
So we'll see how it works out. I do hate the thing I don't like about it is that it's taken the surprise onside kick out of the game, so you can't do a surprise onside kick, which
Yeah,
kind
they
of
have to
sucks.
announce that they're gonna do an onside
Yeah,
kick,
you have
right?
to announce you're doing an onside kick, which that's the number one thing I hate about it.
I wonder if you can surprise like not like audible out of the onside kick. Like if you're like, hey, we're gonna do an onside kick, and then they just kick it like deep. Like I wonder if they can do that. See ya. Get fucked. But maybe I hope they'll pin him back or something. Brian Thomas to the Jags.
That's very solid. They need more help for Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah, I can't even remember who they have at wide receiver. I think they have Christian Kirk, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, they did get him, and then
They have
they
somebody
have
else that's like decent.
oh they have Calvin Ridley, don't they? Or did he
Yeah,
leave?
yeah. So this was just a big upgrade. Uh, they still have ETN at running back. I don't know anything about their O line. Defense probably needs some work, but it's a good pick, I suppose.
Well, we'll see about them. I think this was a good pickup for the Lions.
Well, yeah, they
Um,
got to replace old dude that was on the fucking run and went fucking missing for weeks. Dude's in
yeah,
jail now. I don't know that dude's name, but got to replace him. This
and
guy's probably better.
their defense is was really good last year, so hopefully this just keeps them at the
Shit, he's
same
rated
level.
just as high as Terry on or Quinton Mitchell. So, yeah, according to this, Cooper John's number 3.
So I mean, maybe they could make another run towards the Super Bowl. I don't know.
They needed this though. They was getting fucking torched.
Yeah,
Like so that this was this had
their pass rush was really good, so hopefully this shores up the secondary.
offense was really good. That I don't think they lost anybody. This was just kind of like a no-brainer for them. And they was probably fucking licking their lips when he was sitting here at their pick. Like in a normal draft, like these cornerbacks shouldn't like the first cornerback shouldn't be going off the board at 22. Like this never happens. So the Lions I think got a steal. The Eagles got a fucking steal. Like normally the number one cornerbacks are going like up in here.
Yeah, I
You
think
know,
anybody that drafted a defensive player in the first round got a steal
got
because
a
they're
steal.
drafting them so low.
It was like top 10 picks.
Yeah, any other draft,
It's
some of
usually
these guys will be
like
way up there.
quarterback 1 and 2, offensive lineman, maybe the best receiver, and then like the cornerback or the best pass rusher. So like first cornerbacks usually go in like the top 10 unless none of those teams just need cornerbacks, but most of them need everything. Uh, Crazy. Packers taking an offensive tackle. Sure.
Smart.
Still
Same with
no
the
weapons for
Buccaneers.
Jordan Love. Packers don't draft receivers.
Yeah, only lineman. Baker getting a little bit of help down in Tampa Bay with a new center, so that's good for Baker. I'm expecting him to have another good year.
Hey, you
Uh,
give that man time, he's gonna cook.
yeah, he had a great year last year, and
He did.
he was pretty close to beating the Lions in the divisional round. So
I like the Bucks, so
yeah, me too, me
more
too.
power to him. Cardinals
Cardinals,
taking.
I like them getting the second pick in the first round.
They traded
Um,
up to take this guy.
did they?
Yeah.
I thought this was the Texans pick that they got from yeah
Oh, is it? Yeah.
yeah they
Yeah,
got
because
from
the
the
Texans didn't
trade
have a first round pick. Yeah, that's right.
because
Uh,
everybody thought the Texans pick was going to be a top five pick, but they
no, yeah.
surprised
Okay, the
everybody.
Lions traded up to get Terry and Arnold here.
Yeah,
Cowboys
from
traded down.
Dallas, yeah,
Yeah.
because that makes more sense.
Yeah, okay. I don't know. I thought all these were trades, but they kind of are at the same time. I wish they'd like change them like these were draft trades and these were like earlier like from last year
Yeah,
trades, so you knew.
because the Lions Cowboys I think was a draft day trade, but
Yeah.
the Cardinals was like from last year.
So yeah, that's cool. They need some pass rush. I think the Cardinals had a really good draft.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I'm trying to look at who I had in like my best. Yeah, Cardinals were one of like the top 8 teams I thought who had a really good draft for me. Because I mean, I don't know. Anytime you get 2 first round guys, like as long as you don't screw it up, which I don't know, I feel like it's hard to do. Like
I
one of those
mean,
guys is gonna be good,
they
probably.
got the best run wide receiver in like the last fucking 10 years coming out of college, so like can't really fuck that one up. And then getting a pretty a solid pass rusher is always good to have, and they needed it. So
On paper looks really good. Now Xavier Worthy
this
here.
shit's crazy, bro. The Bills are wild for this. How how you gonna let them come do this? Like they basically got Tyreek Hill again. He's faster than Tyreek Hill.
No,
Put
this
it into the
he's
40.
so explosive.
That shit's crazy, bro.
He's
It
gonna be
passes.
an immediate Pro Bowler his first year, I bet.
I'm taking him in fantasy.
I mean, he's the number one guy in Kansas City
Oh,
already.
100%. He has not set foot in the building probably, and he's already better than everybody they have.
Well,
Like
and then
Rasheed
they, and they
Rice
got
might not even be on the team, so
they got Hollywood Brown as a number 2, so that takes some attention
and they
off
still
of
have Nicole Hardman.
Worthy,
They
and
still
they
have
got
Travis
Kelsey.
Kelsey. Like
So he's gonna get one-on-one coverage. He's gonna get open a
because
lot.
Hollywood Brown's fast as fuck too. He's a 4.2 guy. I think he's like a 4.24 or something like that.
Yeah,
So he's not fucking slow by any means. He just doesn't always catch the ball.
I'm expecting Mahomes to get close to that 50 touchdowns again probably this year.
Mahomes throwing 4,000 yards.
Might even throw more than that. Honestly, he's probably throwing closer to 5 with
Xavier Worthy's
these
having
3
100
guys.
yards minimum every game, probably just over the top. But just have him run verticals up the sideline. Yeah, pull the safety over every time, and then somebody else gonna eat if they don't want to double cover fucking Worthy. And
I
if
might
they
place
don't
a
double
bet for
cover,
him rookie of the year. Honestly,
that's just crazy. Like, what the fuck's Buffalo doing, bro? I guess the last time they traded with the Chiefs went and got Patrick Mahomes. Like, and
why?
then they do it
There's
again.
there's no. If I'm the
Do not trade
Bills,
with the Super Bowl fucking champions back to back. Like, dude,
also the team that keeps knocking you out of the playoffs, I would not trade ever with them. I'd be like, fuck you. If they called me, I'd just be like, fuck you. I'd hang up the phone. We're not trading
and
with
I would
you.
just draft who I think that they're trying to pick.
Just
Just
to fuck them
guess.
over. Yeah.
Like I don't even need this guy, but I'm gonna draft him because I think that's who they're trying to come get. Because fuck you, and then say that. So like, if the dude turns out to be bad, he was like, I was just trying to block the Chiefs, which everybody in the league would have been like, oh, okay, cool.
Good job.
Everybody that follows sports would have been like, hey, that's a smart idea, But oh my god, the Chiefs are that offense is ah. What have they done?
Yeah, it's gonna be crazy. I don't think the Chiefs are gonna three-peat just because
Nah,
it's really hard to three-peat in any sport.
I
And
think
I
the
don't even know
Ravens or
if the
the
last time was even
Eagles
had.
probably win it this year.
Yeah, I would go with that. Um, yeah, there's a
Maybe
few
even the
teams.
49ers.
I'm liking the Texans quite a bit.
I
Uh,
love the Texans.
I'm thinking they have a good shot at it if
If they can stay healthy.
Stroud doesn't have a sophomore slump like a lot of rookie
True.
quarterbacks do.
Yeah.
It's Tyler Guyton pick. That's my guy from OU. Um, Cowboys.
They need
I don't hate them as much as other people do.
I
I don't
despise them.
I don't like them either though. They're just like they have the funniest fan base to me. Um,
It's our year every year. Like, come
but
on, bro.
this is a good pick. They needed O line, and
Oh, absolutely.
he's a great lineman. I wish we would have had him for another year because he was really good on the O line, and we lost a lot.
Yeah.
But hey, I mean, more help for Dak. I feel like this is a make or break year for Dak and for Mike McCarthy. So all their picks need to hit.
if they can't get it done this year, Dak needs to go.
Say if they can't win this year, I say they call Bill and then
And
they
I'm
find
not,
another
and if I'm the
quarterback.
Cowboys, I'm not drafting a quarterback. I'm going after somebody. Like I'm paying somebody some money in the free agency. If there's got to be somebody that's worth a damn.
Well, and there's always like a disgruntled quarterback somewhere that probably wants a
That would
trade.
that would love to play for the fucking America's team. The Cowboys. They're gonna get so much attention. Like yeah, Cowboys got to do that. If Dak
Call
if
up
Dak can at least like make it to the a conference championship at the minimum.
they they have to they at this I feel like it's Super Bowl or bust for them at this point. Like
Yeah, kind of. But
I mean, like how many years? I mean, because on like the way I'm looking at it, Jerry Jones probably doesn't have much longer like to live. He's not. He's a very old guy.
all Cowboys fans are just waiting for him to die. Like
Like,
people are praying every day that he dies because he cannot fucking manage this team properly. Like
see, I think
the Cowboys should have won so many Super Bowls already.
he's great at acquiring talent though. Like he's put together great teams, but it's like I don't know if it's like the coaching or maybe he's butting in too much with the coaches and interfering with the coaches. But he like as far as because he's the GM, I'm pretty sure he's
Yeah, he
drafted
is.
great, he's signed great, and then something just
He just
doesn't
can't manage
click.
the team properly
Maybe he's interfering too much with the coaching, or
or
like
picking bad coaches that aren't able to get it done.
I mean, Mike McCarthy. There's no evidence that he's a great coach. He
I
won a
I
Super Bowl
I
with
would have
Aaron
went somewhere
Rodgers.
else. That was Aaron Rodgers and a great
That's what I'm
defense,
saying. That's one Super Bowl with Aaron Rodgers.
and they only won one.
He should have won. Aaron Rodgers should have won multiple Super Bowls.
To give him some fucking help. Like Devontae Adams can't do it by himself.
Which
Like
they
fuck,
should.
dude.
I think the Cowboys should just call it Bill and find a good quarterback. And
Free agency.
because I mean, I think it's the perfect situation for Bill because he doesn't have to acquire the talent. The talent's already going to be there. So all he needs to do is
Come
coach,
in,
and he's the best at just coaching X and O's.
yeah.
Um,
And more than likely they're not gonna have a good pick next year. They're gonna be picking right around here again.
they're making the playoffs for sure. They're going to be
Yeah.
a
It's
12 to 13 win team.
they're either winning the division or coming second. The Commanders and the Giants have no fucking hope.
Yeah.
So they're guaranteed making the playoffs. Uh, yeah, and they're not picking anywhere even close to being able to draft like the top quarterback in the next year. So they can't really, pray that they take a late first round quarterback that's going to be better than Dak. They have to go get somebody if Dak can't get it done, which
Yeah, or I guess
he proves every year he can't do it.
they could trade up to get a quarterback. Shador, I think
Trade Dak.
I think Shador is a like a day one starter type of guy in the right
We'll
situation.
we'll see this year when they got some better pieces around him.
They do
Maybe
have a
it's
better O line this year, so hopefully he has a lot better every
night and
year.
day better. Supposedly, we'll see.
They got a lot of talent. Then
Shador's winning the Heisman.
I'm still going with my boy Fafita.
Oh, I forgot
Um,
about Fifita.
he's still got his top receiver there.
Arizona. They're gonna lose too many games.
I think they might win the Big 12, but I mean,
They can, but they're definitely gonna lose a couple. Colorado gonna be coming there and run some shit.
yeah, could go either way.
Yeah, the Big 12.
I hope Colorado's good because I'm a fan of Colorado, not like an actual fan, but like they're
Like
one
what
of
they're
my like
doing. Yeah.
top five favorite
Nah,
teams in college right now.
them Big 12 legacy teams are cooked.
Yeah,
Arizona and Colorado gonna come there and fuck shit up.
see ya, Oklahoma State.
Oh, they're done for. Mike Gundy's gone.
We say that
Uh,
every year.
we do. We said that like after they got blown up by South Alabama. It was like, oh, he's gone.
Then he was in the Big 12 championship at the end of the year, which is I don't know how that happens.
They got
Uh,
blown out.
Nate Wiggins here,
That's a great
good
pick for
solid
the
pickup. They needed that.
Ravens defense is disgusting.
They've always had a good defense.
This
Well,
team's
continue to.
this team's so good on paper. So good.
Yeah, I think they just
They're right there in the same boat as the Eagles. Like that's why I'm thinking what like they're built relatively similar, I think. And they got
yeah,
fucking
they're just
Derrick
almost
Henry. Like
there.
what? Who let that happen? Um, It's fucking insane. Like both of these teams get badass fucking superstar running backs. They both draft a corner like a starting cornerback in the draft. Like these are very similar teams. Um, the Ravens probably just need some wide receivers at this point. 'Cause, Odell is washed. They lost Hollywood Brown.
Yeah,
Um,
I don't really like Zay Flowers that much. Is that his name?
yeah, Zay Flowers he's good. I don't think he's number one guy. So they probably could have taken Leggett right here and been well off. I don't think he would have been way better pick for them than Ricky Pearsall or Keon Coleman. But yeah, the quarterback pick's fine. Just shore up the defense and let Lamar win you games with his legs, and just feed Derrick Henry the ball. Like that'll be fine.
Yeah, they're in good shape. 49ers, I'm expecting them to
This doesn't make any sense.
regress a little bit.
This makes no sense. This pick here, not not in the
Yeah.
slightest. You don't need him. They needed fucking better offensive line pieces because that's what lost them the Super Bowl. The offensive line
Yeah.
folded.
I mean, you got Debo, you got McCaffrey, you got Ayuk, you got George
It'll
Kittle. You're pretty stacked, and that, I mean, this makes you even deeper. But yeah,
take the
their O
best
line
offensive
sucks.
lineman available, or get another piece for the defense. Get another pass rusher. Get fucking something. This doesn't make sense. He's just a slot wide receiver, like, and he wasn't. He had 4 touchdowns in college this past year. 4, but to be fair, Florida was dog
He
ass.
didn't have much thrown to him either, though. So I will give
He
him
he
that.
is he is. I'm not saying he's bad. Like I'm just like him going in the first round is just crazy to me. He's like one of them slimy little like wide receivers. It's like he's got like grease on him.
Yeah,
He's slimy. I hate these type of wide receivers because they're annoying as fuck to play against,
when you're playing
especially
against
in
them, yeah,
college. Uh,
yeah, yeah.
they're fucking super annoying because nobody can tackle them, and then they just take it to the house for like 96 yards, and you're like off a slant. Yeah, okay, cool. Fuck
Yeah,
us, right? But
nothing worse than that.
it just
Panthers to close this out. I love this pick
oh, they needed it so bad. They need wide receivers desperately.
because I'm of the belief that Bryce Young is not a bust. I just think he
I don't
has
think so.
absolutely nothing around him. I've never seen a quarterback get thrown into such a terrible situation. This might be like the worst situation I've ever seen a number one overall pick get thrown into.
I'm surprised he stayed healthy, honestly. Every time he drops back, he's got people on his face before he even completes his drop back. Some of the times, like the fuck do you want him to do? And he's got nobody to throw the ball to. They got no fucking running game. Uh, Defense isn't anything to write home about. Like
They have nothing. They have nothing around him.
it's like a bare bone. This almost feels like a brand new NFL team that's like starting with like nothing that you just built from like scraps from other teams. Uh, yeah, they're fucked. They'll probably pick here again next year. Or pick no,
Yeah.
they'll be picking number. Oh, I don't. They might not even have their number one pick.
They were the number one overall pick
Yeah, the Bears
this
have it.
year. Yeah, I think they got their pick next year, like if I'm not
They better
mistaken.
fucking hope so. 'Cause,
I bet you
God,
they'll be picking number one again, I bet.
they might be picking number one for the next 2 to 3 years. By then, Bryce Young might just demand a trade.
The NFL is so stupid that I bet you Bryce Young has one more year before they give up on him because the NFL, they're so quick to give up on a quarterback and coach.
Hey, if I'm Bryce Young, I'm praying for that so I can demand a trade and like go back up somebody else and maybe steal their job.
Yeah.
Or if not, I'm not getting sacked 4 times a game every game. I'll go be a backup and chill.
Well, and a lot of people they resurrect their careers by being backups for a year or two, and then
And
you
then
come back and you're pretty good. Geno Smith,
yeah,
Baker Mayfield. Sometimes you just gotta you put
somebody will need you
a while.
eventually.
Yep. But
So for his sake, he's probably praying for that because they don't have enough picks immediately to turn this team around. The Carolinas they're cooked. They're cooked.
they should lose their team. Like
They should relocate.
move it to Oklahoma.
Oh my god! Ever since Luke Kuechly left, they went to shit.
Wow, that dude retired at like 27, 28. That was crazy.
Too
Too
many
many
concussions.
concussions. Yeah,
It was a dog.
that dude is a great player.
Arguably one of the best linebackers of all time, which is crazy.
They went
Um,
downhill fast, dude. They went from having Luke Kuechly and Cam Newton in his prime to just Cam Newton kind of fell off a cliff like really quick after he didn't dive for that football.
oh my God. I'm gonna turn my fan on real quick.
All right. Yeah, so yeah, Panthers they're in a terrible spot right now. Hopefully, this pick with the receiver from South Carolina gets them through. We'll see
Uh,
we'll see how their offense improves.
you want to hop into teams?
Yeah, we can hop into teams. Let's see. I had the
So
Bears as my best draft of the whole thing. Cardinals was another one I had really high up there.
Cardinals, they needed wide receiver, cornerback, edge, top. Mostly they filled all that with
How many
basically
fucking picks did they have? God damn.
they had a lot, man. I
One,
don't even
two,
remember
three,
why they
four,
got all
five,
these
six,
picks.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 picks.
What did they who did they trade to get this? They could have traded back in like a previous draft, maybe.
No, I feel like they did make a big trade. I just can't remember who it
It's
was.
from Houston.
What did
Maybe
they trade to Houston?
maybe Houston traded with picks with them to move up to get CJ Stroud.
Oh, I think that is what happened.
That's
Yeah.
this one's from Atlanta, Tennessee. Oh, some of these could have been, day of drafts, trades.
Oh, that's true. A lot of them's from
It's
Houston.
yeah, that's got to be it. They had to have traded back with Houston.
I think Trey Benson was a great steal from them.
Yeah, they got
Um,
Trey Benson and James Conner. Like
he's probably he's probably the best running back in this draft.
those dudes are
Um,
massive. Like both of them. That's a two-headed monster. Like dude, the Cardinals got immediately better overnight. Uh, they had a
complete
great
turnaround.
draft. Yeah, for Trey Benson's a beast.
I mean, I hate how undervalued the running back position is becoming. I have a solution for this. I don't think the NFL will do this, but I think the running backs should get like shorter rookie contracts, like 2 years.
So they can
Then they could
sign
get it. They could get a
big
big
deals.
a paycheck after like 2 years in,
Yeah,
because the
because
way
I
they're set up, they're almost out of their prime by the time they're out their rookie contract.
yeah, I think statistically, like running backs have the shortest NFL career. So
Yeah.
yeah, not very many of them make it very long, especially as like starters. Like you might fall off after your second year, and you're kind of like, okay, your first contract might not be what you deserve.
Yeah, I mean I feel like the days of seeing running backs in the first round might be gone. I don't know if we'll really be seeing that unless it's just a generational talent.
Yeah, it's kind of getting that way because I mean, you don't really need a running back so much. Like you can get as long if you can get you like a good pass catching running back, like you're good. Or you can get good running backs in second, third round.
Yeah, unless it's like a Derrick Henry type, I don't think
Yeah,
we're gonna be seeing that happen anymore.
I
But I think
agree.
they had a great draft, offensive line, tight end
If
in the third round. I mean, I feel like first 3 rounds, those are high value picks.
they
But
filled a lot of holes, like
got another cornerback in the third round.
yeah. I mean, let's see. I know any of these people. Just kind of off the top of my head.
One, two, three, four, five, six. So they got 7 top 3 round picks. And I feel like
That's
first three
nuts.
rounds, those are guys that could potentially start for you
Yeah,
right away.
they probably hit on well, Marvin Harrison's like a guarantee. Uh, who fucking knows? I think Trey Benson will have be solid. I think I've heard of this guy. I think he's decent. So I think
Yeah.
they probably hit on at least three of these dudes in the third, like the top 3 round picks. At least three. So yeah, they did. Arizona killed it. Absolutely killed it.
Yeah, Arizona had a great draft. Atlanta, I don't know what they really did outside of
Michael Penix is it's a steal, but he might not even start. So he basically drafted a backup.
yeah, immediate impact. That doesn't help you much. Long
Braylon,
term,
I
good
like
pick.
Braylon Trice. Uh, I really do. I don't know how he's gonna be in the NFL, but um, yeah, this is a weird pick here. Like, why are you drafting a running back? You got Bijan and like just sign a fucking backup running back in a free agency. Like, I mean, I guess I know it's a 6th round pick, but why
This
waste that?
running this linebacker right here, JD Bertrand. I think this guy's a steal from what I was seeing some of his tape. I think they got a really good pick out of this guy late. They got him for cheap, and if he doesn't work out, it was like a low risk.
Yeah, it's crazy like these like late round picks have such low grades. Like, there ain't no fucking ways. Like, it's wild. Yeah, Atlanta. We'll see. We'll see. The Penix pick might really.
Yeah, let's go back to Arizona. What would you grade them? I'd say A plus.
Yeah, probably
Atlanta, I would give
a
like
D.
I'd give them like a C.
Yeah, and then depending on Penix, but we won't know that for some time. That will
Yeah,
drastically change the grade. Baltimore,
they were
Wiggins,
not
great
on my
pick.
list. Let's see.
Rosengarten, solid pick. Everybody was really high on this guy. We'll see. Devontae
That was
Walker,
a steal in my opinion.
deal. So they got it. We was talking about them needing wide receivers. They got somebody. He's gonna start. TJ Tampa was on the fucking. That's probably a steal. Everybody's talking about this dude like in the 2nd round, and he fell to the 4th.
Yeah,
So if he turns out to be good, then that's an absolute steal. They these motherfuckers. Baltimore burns through running backs faster than anybody I've ever seen. So, more depth for the running back room is probably needed. Devin Leary is weird. I don't know if they're backup. Oh, they have that other black quarterback.
um,
God damn it. He plays kind of like RG3 a little bit.
was it Tyler Huntley? I don't know if his name's Tyler.
No.
I
God, what
I
the
can't
fuck is his
remember
name? All right,
who
this is
their
gonna drive me
backup is.
nuts.
I really have no idea who their backup is. I don't know why I don't know it
What is
because I feel like I should know it. Who they got at quarterback? Josh
Oh,
Johnson. Okay,
that's not him. He must have left. I don't even know the fuck this is.
he's been around for a
No,
while.
this is not him. What the fuck was that guy's name? All right, whatever, but more
Looks like
depth
they
for
got Devin Leary as their third string right now. So I mean, I don't know if he'll even make the team. Really?
he had a rough year. He was good at NC State, and then he had a rough year at Kentucky. I thought he was gonna have a great year.
Yeah,
I
me
was like,
too.
yeah,
He's just
whatever.
gonna have to fight to make it in the league. I don't know if he'll make the team. I really don't because
He might
he's
not.
they got a pretty good quarterback room from the looks. Josh Johnson's a seasoned backup quarterback. Malik Cunningham, I thought he showed some signs of promise last season. So I mean, I don't in Devin Leary doesn't really fit the mold of what Baltimore's offense is trying to do.
Not even a little bit.
So I
Not even
mean,
close.
maybe they're looking towards the future. Maybe they they want to move their offense to more of a pocket passing style thing. I don't
Yeah.
know.
I'd probably give the Ravens an A. I think they got absolute steals at all of their top 4 picks, in my opinion. Like
Yeah, I'd probably give him an A minus.
absolute absolute steals. Ra- Ravens are it's nice. I know they needed edge rusher, but and then Rosengarten can probably play guard if that's really what they need. Um, yeah, Ravens killed it. Okay, the Bills, I guess they filled everything that they needed. Let's see. Keon Coleman, absolutely love him. I adore Keon. He's now their number 1 receiver because Stephon Diggs is gone. Where the fuck did Stephon Diggs go again? I was thinking about this all day during the draft.
Texans.
Stupid. Absolutely stupid. That's crazy. That's crazy. CJ Stroud's gonna have a field day. I completely forgot about that.
Dwayne Carter was a good one. I saw some tape on him. He was really solid D tackle. This
all
guy was
fucking
great in college.
all day Ray Davis. Yeah, that motherfucker crazy. What is his size? I felt like he was kind of smaller. 5'8", 211. Yeah, I guess not. He's decent.
Shorter, but 211's quite a bit on somebody that's 5'8". A lot that's
Oh
probably all
fuck.
muscle too.
God damn it, dude.
What?
The Lakers are gonna beat the Nuggets.
Oh,
Some
well,
somehow.
I knew they wouldn't get swept.
LeBron scored 30. D'Lo scored 21 after scoring 0 last game. Like, oh yeah, we go a little tangent here, an NBA tangent. How the fuck are you a starter in the NBA on arguably the biggest team in the NBA in the playoffs, and you score 0 points in 4 quarters? How the
Yeah.
fuck does that happen? How is that possible?
Clay Thompson did the same thing a couple weeks ago in the play-in tournament.
Like, what the fuck, dude? How is that possible,
The
man?
Lakers are just they're a joke to me the way they've built their team.
Their team is trash. That team should
They don't
not
have
win
any shooters at all. Anthony
their
Davis is always hurt, except for this year. This has been his 1 year. He's been healthy.
their bench is old. Like,
They should trade Braun. That's probably their best. Not like get a first round
they
pick
should
out of
trade
him.
everybody, but Anthony Davis probably, in my
I
opinion.
would trade Anthony Davis.
Oh,
He's you're
trade fucking everybody.
I
Keep
bet you
Austin
you
Reeves.
you could probably get like 4 first rounders for Anthony Davis. Get like
I
a almost like a Thunder package, like what
I'd
they
maybe
got for
keep Austin
SGA.
Reeves. Maybe,
Austin Reeves, man, I might
maybe.
trade. You might get a couple first rounders out of him. I
Okay,
might just
trade the
trade them
entire
all.
fucking starting roster and just draft and start a whole team of rookies and maybe pull some veterans out of free agency. Like, yeah, complete rebuild.
Trade for one guy that's like really good, like the Thunder did. Like they got SGA,
Yeah,
and then everything else was just a bunch of first rounders. I don't know
Scott.
who that guy is out in the league right now.
The
There's
Lakers
one
are
guy that's like
absolute dog
he'll be
shit.
good.
How they're
Yeah,
winning this game is beyond me. It's okay. If the Lakers come back and win this series, the NBA is rigged. I could not be convinced otherwise. No team has ever come back from 3-0. And if LeBron somehow carries this sorry ass Lakers team back from 3-0 against the defending champions with fucking Jokic, uh, this would only cement his legacy to be better than Michael Jordan.
and he's not. He's not.
With this, they would be like, "Oh, he is." And
He's top
it,
two.
if he does this, that just gives him
I,
it could push him over.
for me, I think he needs to win at least one more
If he wins
championship.
the championship this year, okay, cool, whatever, yeah.
I'll probably give it to him
With
if he
this
gets
sorry
another
ass
one.
team. But yeah, coming back 3-0 down against this fucking Nuggets team with this sorry ass team, the NBA is rigged.
It's
There's
not
no
gonna
fucking
happen.
way.
The Nuggets are gonna beat the shit out of them the next game.
I hope so.
I'm scared of the Lakers because they're the only team like the Thunder played this year where we just could not beat them. Like the Nuggets, we beat them 3-1 season series.
Well, the
But
Lakers beat
The
the
Lakers,
Pelicans.
they match
No,
up really good against us.
no, the Pelicans beat the Lakers. That's what I was worried about because the Pelicans beat the Lakers in the play-in game, and I was like, uh-oh. But Zion did drop 40, so.
Yeah, and now he's hurt. Fucking
And we
fat
got to win this
ass.
last game before he comes back. We're just going to sweep him real
Well,
quick. Because they've been playing
that
us.
team is light work even with him. Like,
They've been kind of playing us a little close at times. They worry me a little bit.
well, I mean, they played us close the first game.
Their size is
Second game, we whooped the shit out of them. This game, we whooped the shit out of them. We're up 3-0 now.
they're just big, and that we don't play. We don't
We're
have
like,
anybody to compete.
we're
Especially if
like the
Chet,
Warriors. Like
we've been hitting the three quite often.
we're like the prime Warriors. Like as far as the way our offense moves.
But if we ain't hitting the threes, then we're gonna lose.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, back on topic. Let's see. Buffalo. I only know Keon, Ray Davis. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, and I mean, a lot of these guys are later round guys.
Yeah.
Three fifth rounders, 2 6 rounders. I do like what they did in the top 3 rounds. Overall, I'd probably give them maybe like a B minus.
Well, that's right. I mean,
Just because they didn't have a lot.
yeah, they filled what they needed with what they had. So I mean, whether or not these guys are any good, we'll see. Hey, there's a white safety there.
Yeah,
I
and
mean, I
they
think
didn't have a first rounder, even though first pick in the second rounds, might as well be a first rounder.
yeah, so not too bad.
Oh, I thought that was their only pick for a minute. I was like, oh my god,
Carolina's fucked.
oh, that's actually really Jonathan Brooks is really good.
Leggett, great pick. Jonathan Brooks is solid.
I don't
After
know
that,
much
it
about
kind of
him.
kind of falls off of them. I think.
Yeah, it does quite a bit.
I mean, they did get some offensive weapons, which is needed, but I don't think it's enough. Jonathan Brooks just gonna be getting stuffed in the backfield most of the year, and Leggett's gonna be getting double teamed.
I would say probably a C plus is what I'd give them.
Yeah,
I like their first four picks a lot.
it's
Um,
hard at this point for them to to get better players. Like they got what they could with what they had. Like they don't have much. They got the last pick at the first round. It's like they won the Super Bowl. Like get fucked, Carolina. It's tragic. I don't know. Yeah, C.
yeah, I give these guys an A plus just based off their first two picks. Like
Yeah, picking a punter is crazy. I think they're probably the only team in the league that picked a punter, and I mean, I guess he is the number one punter. So
Iowa's punter, of course he's
the
good.
motherfucker kick, this
He's
motherfucker's
punting
punting every
every
drive.
drive.
He probably has more punts than anybody in college football.
Yeah, and
Uh,
I do really like this third round pick. They got offensive tackle. Um,
and them Ivy League dudes be hitting randomly, which is
I mean, how big is this guy? 6'5",
two three
3
twenty three.
323. That's pretty big.
Be
And they
beefy,
needed he could start right away, a guy with that size.
yeah,
So I
but
mean that helps your O line. You've added another weapon for Caleb Williams to have on top of like the 4 or 5 he's already going to have.
yeah.
Punter, I think that's good too. Punter's an underrated position.
I,
It's probably the most important, like
I
as
don't
far
even
as
know if they
skill
needed a
position.
punter, but cool, man. I mean, if he's that guy, then fuck it.
And Austin
Punters.
Booker is a great edge rusher. I think he's kind of a steal for the fifth round. Um, I know him because he
I mean,
sacked Dylan Gabriel.
ranked 75 getting picked in the fifth round. So 11th best edge rusher going off the board in the fifth rounds seems like a steal to me. So yeah, I'd say an A for sure. Yeah, that offense is just absolutely loaded. Already discussed that. Crazy, absolutely
Cincinnati,
crazy.
well, damn, they had quite a few picks. I didn't really look into
Mims,
them.
great pick.
That's a good pick. D line, Michigan was solid last year.
Yeah, they needed that. Another good receiver.
Burton was good.
Yeah, he's not rated very high, but he's solid.
I don't know
Um,
about McKinley Jackson, but I mean,
Josh
from
Newton, I
from
feel like I've heard
A&M,
of him. Rated hella low, but I think he's decent. I mean, they filled a lot of their positions of need other than running, but they don't have because Joe Mixon's gone, so I
I
don't
give him like a C
know
plus.
who do the Bengals even have for running back right now.
Um, they still have P Ryan.
Zach Moss, what the fuck? Oh my
Chase
god!
Brown's from Illinois. He's pretty
Oh
solid.
my god! That's terrible.
Yeah, they don't got a whole lot running back wise.
Hmm.
T
I would.
Higgins demanded a trade.
They also lost Tyler Boyd too, so yeah,
Yeah,
if
I
they
think
lose T
they might be in
Higgins,
trouble. Yeah, because T Higgins is demanding a trade now. How far this will go if he's really like, I'm gonna sit out if you don't
if
trade me. They probably just gonna have to trade him.
they probably only get like second round pick at best.
They should have done it now. They should have done it during the draft.
Yeah. Yeah, the Bengals might be in a bit of trouble.
Cleveland. What would Cleveland
They had
do?
no first round pick. I guess their biggest need was D tackle. Got the seventh best one towards the end of
Uh,
the second round. Okay.
Offensive line's pretty good. I mean, I guess. I
Jeremiah
don't know. I don't
Thrash
know.
is I remember him. He's pretty good.
Not they didn't really have much to second, third, and then fifth, sixth, seventh, seventh. Just they really didn't have much to pick from. And based off this, I'd probably give them like a D.
I mean,
Um,
they just loaded up on defense, which is cool. Got some more O line help.
I mean, you don't have a first round pick, you don't have a fourth round pick. You just don't have much to work with at that point. What
Yeah,
they
but
with their higher value picks, I think
these two.
those were good picks.
Yeah.
But yeah, they didn't have much to work
I'd
with.
say C, all things considered. I think they, did what they could.
Yeah. Dallas, they were one of the teams I think drafted great.
So they traded back, got Guyton, position of
That,
need.
yeah.
Uh, Got an edge rusher rated pretty high. I don't think they necessarily needed an edge rusher, but like they don't need an edge rusher at all according to this. But I mean, potentially, pick best available.
More depth there.
Um, doubled up on offensive linemen. A
They
lot of
really
people were
needed
saying they
that.
should have just went three offensive linemen in a row. Who knows? Got a linebacker. They definitely kind
Solid
of
pick.
need some help on linebacker with Van Der Esch. He was hurt, I think, a good bit this last year. Uh, Cornerback. If this is what I think, I don't. This is what I think it is. He's pretty good. The fuck was that guy's name? It was some. There's some cornerback at Wake Forest that I guess like invented like the seatbelt thing.
Oh shit.
They was talking about it when fucking we played him. Uh, I can't remember if this is him or not, but he's like really good. The guy I'm thinking of. So if this is him, I think they got a steal in the fifth, but I really don't know. Uh, the receiver, 34 guy.
Yeah, we'll see if he makes the team, once you're in the 6th round pick.
Yeah, but
I would give them maybe a B plus.
yeah, I would say based off going heavy on O line, which they really needed. They're pretty set everywhere across the board. Um, maybe outside of like an additional like good receiver, I'd say B. Yeah. Oh
Nice.
boy, first two picks solid. I don't know anything about him, but he's
That
rated
that I
relatively
like that. I
high.
like the fact that you're pairing him up, with Bo Nix. He gets a receiver
Oh,
he's
that is
familiar with.
okay. Yeah, they were talking about them potentially doing that.
So
Estime
I
is
do like that.
Estime is great.
That's a steal. That's a very good steal. And
He's rated
it,
super low, but the motherfucker's a tank.
no, he's a great running back.
Estime is good. They don't necessarily need him, but that's good running back depth. Um, I think the Broncos did okay. I'd say B minus.
Yeah, I'd probably put him right around there as well.
Yeah,
It wasn't great, but it wasn't bad either.
yeah.
Pretty
They don't have
solid.
any like stupid extra picks. They kind of just got. They had no second rounder, which sucks, but they
I think they
probably.
made the best of what they had.
Yeah, they probably did one of the better jobs of picking. Minus an early round pick.
Detroit.
Lions doubling up on cornerback, solid. They absolutely needed that. That secondary should be locked down if these dudes turn out to be good. Uh, shoring up the O line, cool. I like
Sione
it.
Vaki is the biggest steal of this draft, I think, in the 4th round.
I remember him. He's good.
Multiple position guy.
So, I'd give
Probably
it.
give them a B plus
I'd say flat B.
because I do like the doubling up on the corners a lot.
Yeah,
And I think Sione Vaki is really good, and you got him at safety, so I think their secondary has got more depth now.
I think they should have went double cornerback, edge rusher. So that's our primary need. And Aiden Hutchinson could use some additional help drawing off, some double
Yeah,
teams.
Green Bay. Let's see what they did.
Uh,
Tackle,
cool. Linebacker,
safety,
number
good.
one linebacker, number eight tackle, number one safety,
Safety, running back, 4th running back,
four.
13th in the 3rd round. That's pretty solid. I mean, everything I'm
That
seeing
seems
out
like
of
a
them is
solid draft,
solid.
honestly.
And I think Michael Pratt, who they got I think this guy could be
Oh
I
yeah,
think he could be a starter in the NFL someday. Not immediately, but a few years down the
yeah.
line.
I remember him. Tulane was pretty good in college, or not in college, but like as a program, like the last couple of years.
I'd probably give these guys an A plus, quite honestly. This is one of the better drafts.
Yeah, they got a lot of number one rated dudes with where they were picking hella late in the first round, and then pulling the number one linebacker, number one safety back to back. Love it. Uh, they needed both of those, so if those dudes hit, they shored up two fucking really important pieces on the defense. Like it. Texans, they ball out or what? Lassiter, he was pretty good. More protection for CJ.
Yeah, it's
Cool.
solid.
Safety.
UFC.
Kate Stover was solid in college. I like him. They needed a tight end. Solomon Bird. I think he was decent. Could be
Yeah, I
wrong.
think he was actually.
I
Yeah, I mean
mean,
they had a solid draft. You know, they kind of depleted a lot of their draft picks in that trade with Arizona.
I had no first round picks.
Yeah, I
I'd
mean I would say maybe like a B minus, maybe C plus.
I'd go C plus. They
Nothing too crazy.
they filled a lot of their positions in need, so
But also they didn't need a whole lot either. So those teams are kind of hard to grade because what do you
true.
really need? Uh, I love the UCLA pick.
These two picks fire.
Yeah, great top two picks.
Love the double alignment pick.
Yep,
Another
and
wide receiver. Need
decent
that.
value.
See if he's any good.
Two safeties. That's kind of
Oh,
weird.
here's
You know,
your,
going back to back on
here's
safeties.
your Oklahoma dude.
Yeah, the last dude I think that actually got drafted
Jonah
during.
Laulu.
Hopefully he
Laylu.
makes the team. Hopefully he makes the team.
Yeah, we'll see.
He honestly
Uh,
didn't do like crazy for us last year, so
I'd give him C plus.
yeah,
These
the
two picks are solid.
kind of a middle of the road draft. Jacksonville, I do like the LSU picks one and
Yeah, back
two.
to back.
Uh,
Solid defensive tackle. Jerry Jones is a fucking beast.
good cornerback pick right
Even though he's
there.
super low rated, but I think they got a steal there. But basically just shoring up the defense. Hey, they took a kicker. This is
You know,
number three. Who the fuck else drafted kickers?
I always like to see kickers get drafted.
I mean, they filled everything that they needed according to on paper.
Yeah, I would say probably like a B plus for me. I
I
like
think
the
I'd go
first
B
three picks
plus.
a lot.
Yeah, me too.
Even the
Uh,
Missouri guy, Missouri had a really good O line last year.
6'6", 313. No, it's
Kansas City. I
I
like
think off the top pick, they're like an A. Like that's all they needed. They only needed a wide receiver.
you know, I
Uh,
really the rest of their draft I don't
tackle.
really like that much, but
He's probably decent. Tight end. Maybe. I mean, there's 6'6", 249. Like
it could be good.
he might get
They're
some
probably
reps.
looking you know, in the future, can we replace Travis Kelce?
Hopefully get a steal in like the fourth round or something. And some depth pieces. I don't know any of these dudes. They got a fourth best safety in the fourth round. Holy cross.
Yeah, I mean I would say I'd give him probably a B plus, just kind of based off the Xavier Worthy pick. I think
I'm
that does so much for their team.
I'm going A. That's the only thing that they needed was wide receiver. Can't be convinced otherwise.
I mean they needed wide receiver one, two, three, four. So I mean they got
I
well, I mean they
mean,
got Hollywood Brown. So they
they
needed
won the
like
Super Bowl. They won the Super Bowl with zero wide receivers, and now they have the fastest player ever in the NFL.
you always get weaker after a Super Bowl when guys leave, take more money
What
other
about the what happened?
places.
They just won two.
They were asked last year. Like I don't know how it happened, but they won the Super Bowl. But they were asked
Patrick,
most of the regular
Patrick
season.
Mahomes is that fucking dude. That's how.
I hopefully not for much longer, but we'll
No,
see.
that man's reign of terror is not ending in probably the next 10 years. Tom Brady might be. He's probably sweating a little bit.
Tom Brady should come back. He said he's down to come back for a few certain teams.
I seen that.
He said
The
us.
Cowboys, bro.
I think he said us 49ers and like one other team. I want him to come back play for the Patriots, but shit, we need to give him some help if he wants to do that.
Him on the 49ers would be insane.
He should just go there. Like I mean, like
Just get another ring,
Brock Purdy
maybe.
sucks. I don't like Brock Purdy.
Really?
I think he's trash. Like
I'm not
I
sold on him, but I like what he's done with like, you know, the being the last pick of the draft. Like the dudes came in and like he's far exceeded his
yo, you know,
expectations.
he's exceeded his expectations, but
He's
with a
gonna get
team
his
that
bag.
talented, like
Yeah, they should have won already.
now let's see what we got here. The Chargers, I love the Chargers' first two picks.
I don't
McConkley.
I don't like Glad McConkey.
I like him a lot. He gives me like a Wes
He
Welker
he
like
bothers
vibe.
me. Junior Colson's a beast.
That's a solid
First
pick. That's
three,
early in the third round.
I mean, Alabama player. I don't really miss that often. So, uh,
I think they got a steal with Brennan Rice at the end of the.
Cornelius Johnson was solid.
They might have got two steals with
They
receivers
got
at the end.
they got fucking three receivers. I didn't even see Brendan Rice getting drafted that low.
I thought he was gonna be like third, fourth rounder type dude. But nah, he went seventh round. I think he's a steal in the seventh round. I
Yeah,
think he easily makes the team.
they loaded up on receivers. They had to though. They lost Mike Williams and Keenan Allen, so they had to do something. I don't even know who's their number one guy.
Might be Lad at this
He's
point. I
not a
don't
number
know.
one receiver. He's like a slot guy.
I mean, Julian Edelman was a slot guy. That was also number one receiver. Sometimes you just got to do what you
Yeah,
got
the
to
Chargers are praying Brendan Rice is even half as good as his dad.
do.
They're praying. Um, yeah,
Rams,
I
they're very high on my list.
fucking love what the Rams did. They got three dudes from Florida State on their roster, all on the defense. Two here, and then Akeem Dent signing in free agency. So
Blake Coleman in the third round is a great pick.
yeah, got a decently seventh rated safety. Um, took the best kicker, I guess.
Need what you need.
I like it. Yeah, I mean, I guess they did probably need some cornerbacks and some O linemen, but that offense was fine last year. They were actually pretty good last year.
Yeah,
Uh,
I'd probably give him an A.
I love it.
They got a really good first three picks. Were as good as you could get.
I love it. All right. Um, don't like I said, I don't like the tight end pick here. Center probably very well needed. Back to back lineman. Uh, Tommy Eichenberg was pretty good in college. I don't know how well he's gonna do in the NFL.
I don't necessarily love a lot of what they did.
I like the
Um,
center pick, but
I like
other than
the
that,
first two picks, and I mean Maryland. I don't know much about that guy, but I mean they do need more O lines. So I mean it's not a terrible draft. I'd probably give him a C
I
plus.
I think they probably should have taken a cornerback here. That's their number one need. Well, quarterback's number one need, but I gotta take it a corner here probably. But like you said,
Yeah,
they might be loading up for their next quarterback.
Miami.
I'd give this C minus,
Yeah,
maybe
I mean
maybe
it's
a
pretty
D.
middle of the road.
All right, they didn't really. I don't think they did that well.
I don't like anything except for the first pick. Like really, really.
Jalen Wright
Um,
was he was solid. They don't really need a running back there. They got A-Chain.
well, I mean, I like them taking an offensive tackle. You know, I'm always for more offensive
Oh,
line
Kamara,
depth.
I think this is a steal here. This guy's really good. Like he's really good. A little bit of a steal. Taj Washington was solid.
Yeah, another USC wide receiver that
So
could be good late round.
this might be a better draft class than we're looking at right now, but just off this, I'm going D plus.
Yeah, I'd probably just go solid C here. Like the first two to three picks. But I mean, I don't know. They really need a running back that bad. Who's their running back? I can't remember.
They took the number 18th offensive tackle in the second round.
Yeah, it's not even like that great of an offensive
But
line
just the
pick.
value is bad on
Yeah,
paper.
it's on paper at least. Yeah, I mean they might
They
have a
might have seen
completely
something
different
in him,
grade.
and
Yeah,
yeah.
but yeah, I mean not the greatest.
All
Um,
right.
I like Dallas Turner a lot. JJ
Yep.
McCarthy, I'm like I don't know. I'm really not sure. We don't have much tape
Hey,
on him really.
Reichard was a fucking automatic in college, so I think they got a steal and a
It's a
kicker,
good pick there.
and they play in a dome, so you
My
ain't got to
boy
worry about.
Walter Rouse, I think he's a good offensive tackle.
I just
I
I
think they
don't
got a steal there.
I don't like any of this other than the kicker and Dallas Turner. To be fair, I'd go like straight D here.
Um, I'd probably go C minus.
But based off the
Um,
fact that they need a quarterback, Yeah, maybe go C minus.
I just don't know. We just don't have enough tape on McCarthy to know if he's good or not.
Yeah. All right.
I like a lot of
Jalen
what we
Polk,
did.
love it.
I like the Penn
Wallace
State.
was good.
I like Javon Baker, another receiver.
You got Joe Milton. So
Yeah,
I mean,
just
if
insurance policy.
he
And
started
I
at
like Bell. I
Tennessee,
like Bell a lot. I like Bell
Jaheim
a lot.
Bell's fire. Like he's a big dude, 262, 241.
For a
So
seventh round pick, I think that's great value.
absolutely great value. I like Jaheim Bell a lot.
I would give us
Uh,
probably a
I
B.
I wouldn't go that high to be fair. I think it could have been a better class. You guys had super high picks in every round. Um, I think I might be just biased because I don't like Drake May too. I think that might be
Well,
tainted.
that's kind of
I'd
the
go C
thing
plus.
for me. I see a lot of potential in Drake May. I just he was not my top choice for who I wanted at quarterback.
Yeah, I
But
really
if
only
it
like.
works out, I think I like the two receivers we picked up. I like, the tight end we picked up. I like the offensive lineman. So even taking Drake May out of the equation, I like everything else we did. So I think we
Could
had a
be
solid
really could
draft.
be really good. You guys hit a lot of your positions that you needed. So
New Orleans, yeah, I mean, I like that first pick. Kool-Aid, great pick, a second round.
yeah,
Then they didn't have a pick till the fifth round. Jesus. Spencer Rattler, who knows? Jesus. That's
uh,
rough.
they're
That's rough.
they only had pretty much two good picks in my opinion.
Yeah, I would say
I'm going
probably
I'm
D
going
plus.
D.
Yeah, probably D
Yeah,
plus for me. That's I
I
mean
think
this
Kool-Aid's the only thing that keeps them out of an F.
yeah, it'd be a terrible draft if they
Well,
didn't
I
need
I mean they
Kool-Aid.
did get like a really pretty solid offensive lineman. So
But I mean coming out of the draft with just one good pick, you're like, fuck.
yeah, D for sure.
Ideally you want to get at least three good guys.
All right.
I like Malik Neighbors a lot. I like this Minnesota pick actually as well. Um, I don't know about this Phillips kid.
I'm going D.
What's Phillips like? Where do they have him ranked at corner? 12th.
An old pack. Well, a little bit above middle. I'm going D.
I'm going probably C minus. I do really like
I
the
love Malik
first two
Neighbors.
picks. I like the Minnesota pick as well at safety. I don't know how much you guys needed a safety necessarily. Um, but I think he's a really good safety.
I don't know why this is here. We don't need a fucking quarterback. What are we gonna do with a rookie quarterback? Nothing. Just he's gonna get killed.
Awkward. It's just an awkward
It,
spot for the Giants.
yeah.
New York Jets.
All right. Great pick. Great pick.
I think that's a good pick.
Solid pick. Get some depth for the running back room. My
Jordan
fucking
Travis.
guy.
That's good value for the fifth round. I mean,
I love it.
had he not been injured, I think he could have been the second, third round pick.
That's a third highest.
I saw a lot of
Um,
mock drafts before he got hurt. We're having him go to like us in like the second round. And then he
I
got
mean, he
hurt. And
was he
then
was on pace to potentially win the Heisman. So
yeah, I mean,
I'm going
he's in
B
this is the
plus
best
here.
situation for him.
Maybe flat B at the lowest. I
Yeah,
think they
I'd probably go but flat B, honestly. I think it's a really good draft though.
I think they got huge value. Jordan Travis, he's gonna sit behind one of the goats and Aaron Rodgers. Um, and as long as Rodgers stays healthy, he's not gonna have to play. He might not even play this year. Like I'm sure that whatever backup they have right now would play because I don't know when he's gonna be 100% healthy with his leg. I know he's performing pretty. He's pretty mobile right now, so maybe by the season starts he'll be good. Um, yeah, first two picks, great. I like the Jets draft class.
Yeah, I like Wisconsin too, the running back.
All right, this is just an A
This is
plus
an A plus
probably. Like
probably. Yeah.
doubled up on cornerbacks to the top, probably arguably two. Getting an edge rusher is always nice. Will Shipley is annoying
That's
as fuck.
I think that's good value for the
Uh,
fourth round though.
Yeah, I'd say so. He was super good in college. I hate Will Shipley. Uh, Anais Smith, I've heard of him.
Jeremiah Trotter was pretty good too at
Jeremiah Trotter
Clemson.
was really good, and then getting Johnny Wilson's
Sixth
that's a
round.
steal.
They got a few steals. I
Yeah,
think Will Shipley's a steal. I think Jeremiah Trotter's a steal. I think
the
Johnny Wilson's
Eagles
a
might have had
steal.
the best draft class.
Yeah, I mean they're an A plus to me, especially what you did the first two rounds.
And they got a lot of they had a lot of picks too, so they loaded up the roster. I mean, whether or not they all work out, like that's great. Yeah, they needed a tackle. Maybe this guy will slide over and play center or some shit.
Not very highly rated, but I mean we'll see. NC State, 300 pounds, 6'3".
Played all three interior line positions.
Hey, I mean that versatility, you like to see that. Um,
311, 299, so they're big dudes. Yeah,
Pittsburgh's another team I think had a really good draft.
great
Um,
pick.
Good pick,
Doubling up on the line. They needed it. Roman
I think
Wilson's,
he's a steal in the third round.
he's solid. I don't know much about this guy, but he's number three
Third
linebacker
best
in the third round.
linebacker.
Take that any day. Yeah, solid class.
Yeah, I'll give
It
them an
pretty much
A.
everything that they needed. I'd say A.
Yeah,
Byron Murphy, great pick probably for where they were picking. I mean, I like it. No second round pick, which sucks. Getting the number one guard in the third round's probably pretty good value,
yeah,
especially when that's
I would
like their
definitely say
number one
that.
need. So those are both like A picks for them. I don't know anything about him. I don't know anything about AJ Barner, but ninth best tight end, sure. I don't know any of these other dudes.
Yeah, I'd probably just based off what I'm seeing, probably like a B minus.
Yeah,
The
with
first
what
three
that
picks.
I like it.
San
Okay,
Francisco.
this pick still just doesn't make sense to
I thought they
me.
had better options at receiver at that point in the draft.
I agree. Ronaldo Green, love it. I I don't know why he's rated the 15th best corner, but he got picked at the top of the second round, so everybody can eat shit. Dun, dun, dun. And Tatum Bethune in the seventh round. Value. It's a menace. I'd
Well,
go C plus.
yeah, that's probably about where I'm going with them.
Oh, Mustafa.
Wasn't
This
anything
guy's
super
good. This guy's
wasn't
pretty
anything
good.
super crazy.
Still C plus. Well, the Florida State picks. Bucks getting a center needed.
Center's good, edge rusher, that's not too
Kevin
bad.
McMillan's a beast. Him and fucking Mike Evans are gonna have a field day.
He's a great receiver.
Bucky Irving's
He's good value for
super
fourth round.
underrated.
I like a lot of what the
Devin Culp,
Buccaneers did.
solid. He's a big dude. 6'3", 231 at tight end.
I think they had a pretty solid draft. Probably give it a
I'm
B.
going B plus, yeah.
Tennessee, I liked the offensive tackle.
Great pick. Great
Sweat is a
pick.
great value in the second round. Cedric Gray
Seems solid.
seems pretty solid.
I think Jarvis Brownlee was good. Um,
I don't know much about the rest of these guys.
I'd give this a flat B.
Yeah, it's a solid draft. Solid draft. I'd
Yeah,
probably
not
give it a
bad.
B as well. Jaden
All
Daniels, I
right.
do like it.
Love the pick. This guy was number one two defensive tackle.
That's a great pick.
Cool.
Good cornerback second round. I mean, they have
This
three
dude's
second
nice.
rounders.
This dude's real nice. He's rated a little low, but I like him. Ben Sinnott,
I like that a lot.
cool. Luke McCaffrey, another slimy little fuck.
You got a guard in the third round, third overall pick in the third round.
I think this
That
guy was
helps a
pretty
lot.
solid. Yeah, I like this. I'd go
I'd probably give him an A,
B
honestly.
plus, borderline A.
Yeah, they had a great
Their
draft.
first three picks were great. Uh, I mean, I guess they should be. You have the second pick and the two stupid high second rounders, so you better hit on these. So yeah, they did what they were supposed to do. They had a good draft. I think overall the vast majority of the league had pretty solid drafts. I'd say, you know, 2/3 of the teams had they drafted really well
There
with
wasn't
what
a
we
lot of
know about these
teams that,
plays. I mean, yeah, granted, 3/4 of these dudes probably ain't gonna do shit,
yeah,
but based off where they picked them, what they picked as a collective, I like a lot of these drafts for some of these teams. And even like I think what was it, two teams, maybe three that we were like, okay, they drafted bad.
yeah. I mean, honestly, there wasn't a lot of teams that we saw that I thought did terrible, terrible.
Just probably the Panthers. Probably the worst.
The Panthers had a bad draft. There's another team.
I
Was
guess
it the
Mel
Saints?
Kiper rated the Falcons the worst. They're just hating on them drafting
I didn't
Penix.
think it was that
They're
bad
just
of a
hating on the
draft.
Penix pick.
It was a good. I mean, like, hey, you got to build for your future. I mean,
You can argue both points of it.
it doesn't help them a lot in the immediate future. I get
No,
that.
not at all. And unless they know that Kirk Cousins is not going to be playing at the beginning of the year, like unless they know more than they're letting on, like then yeah, it doesn't help them at all right now.
Well, that's why I think that's why Kirk was really mad. I think he was mad about the fact that they didn't do anything to make them better this year
But he's
in the
got
first
everything he
first
fucking needs on
round.
the offense.
I
Like,
mean, yeah, you got Bijan, you got Kyle Pitts, Drake London. I mean, they're pretty fucking stacked.
and they shored up the defense to fucking help you guys out. Like, they got you another running back and a white receiver.
Slot guy.
I don't know what they did in free agency, but um, where was looking to see if there's anything that pops out on. Oh, the Chargers got J.K. Dobbins because they lost fucking what's his nuts. Dallas got Eric Kendricks. That's a good pickup. Maybe that's why they didn't need a linebacker.
That is a very solid pickup. Devontae Smith getting extended.
Teagan's, guess he's staying.
He's
Well,
anticipating.
that's 13 days ago though, so
I think he just requested the trade like yesterday, the day before.
I'd tell him to get bent.
Nick Chubb reworking a deal.
Oh, Logan Ryan retired.
Yeah, great player for us. I was really happy we were able to keep Kyle Duggar. That was a probably our number one move we needed to make during the offseason.
Figured this would have like it did like free agency pickups like from people after the draft.
Like rookie free
Yeah,
agency.
that didn't get drafted, but
Yeah, I want to see some of those. I'm really excited that Drake Stoops went to the Rams.
oh,
Um,
nice.
on top of yeah, I mean, I kind of have a reason to root for them now if he
Yeah,
makes the team.
I guess we both have a common interest in the Rams this year, which is cool. So maybe the Rams will be my second team this year.
Let's see.
I have like a second favorite team like almost every year that I'm like, I like this
My
team a lot.
second team always changes the
Yeah, exactly. Like one year it'd be like the Bucks. It's never like a good team. It's always some like sleeper team that I'm like oh the Lion. I think the Lions was my team last year. I was like they've never won a Super Bowl. I'd love to see it, and they were pretty good. So yeah, maybe the Rams will be it this year.
I feel like the Eagles have been my second favorite for the past few years just because Jalen. I'm such a big fan of Jalen.
You
It's
make
probably
me
like out of all
sick.
the OU quarterbacks, like he was probably my favorite.
He's the only one in the league right now, huh?
No, I mean all three of them are starters.
I mean, Spencer Rattler is there now if you consider him, and Caleb Williams, I guess. Like if they count.
I personally don't count them, but I mean you got Kyler Baker, Jalen,
Oh yeah,
all
Baker is there
all,
too.
all
Oh, and
starting.
Kyler. Yeah, yeah, true.
Yeah, so we got three starters, and then yeah, I mean I don't count Spencer
Yeah, I guess I would
and
really only
Caleb
consider them if they were drafted from that school.
because I mean like I consider Jalen Hurts to be an OU quarterback, not a Bama quarterback, as far as like when he got drafted. So I'm not gonna be a hypocrite and be like, yeah, we got number one overall pick Caleb Williams. Like, nah,
Yeah,
that's not how that works. That's hypocritical. Same thing
yeah,
with Dylan
nah.
Gabriel when he's a first round pick, he's an Oregon first round pick.
I still can't believe that happened.
Well, that was the dumbest thing OU's ever done.
Doesn't make sense. You guys are fucked.
Like there's no way Jackson Arnold's gonna be that good.
No,
Like
I think you guys are fucked next year.
I think he's gonna be okay.
Y'all might win 6 games.
No, I don't think we're gonna be that bad because we have like we have arguably one of the best defenses in all of college football going into next year, and then we have a great running back core, great receiving core. It really just we're missing a
All right.
quarterback.
This is a dub.
That's
Houston's sneaky good, so that's not even a gimme.
I think
Tulane,
it's a give me.
Tulane's been pretty good, but with
They
them losing their
lost a lot
quarterback,
of their guys.
yeah, who knows? Tennessee's
Tennessee's
probably a
ass.
gimme with no Joe Milton. Auburn's definitely not a gimme, especially on the road. That's a hard place to
I
play.
still think we walk. I think we walk away.
I think you lose to Texas.
I don't think so. I
I don't
think
know.
it's the last
Okay,
3 weeks that worry me.
I'm gonna say loss, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm gonna say 5 losses.
Yeah, I think we let's see.
And to be fair, 1, 2, 3 of those are road games.
Like if I'm going through the season, I'm thinking Temple's a win, Houston's a win, Tulane's a win, Tennessee's a win, Auburn's a win, Texas is a coin flip, South Carolina's a win, Ole Miss I think's a loss, Maine I think's a win, Missouri I think is a loss, Bama I think is a loss. Um, LSU I don't know without Jaden Daniels that's
Yeah,
maybe a win.
it's
So
still
I'd
it's
say I'd say
still in Death
three to
Valley
for
though.
me it's 3 to 4 losses. Um, and some of those are interchangeable. Like we're not gonna lose like Ole
I-
Miss, Missouri, Bama, LSU. We're not gonna lose every single one of those.
I'm saying
Um,
5 with like a potential 6, like maybe up here in the top half of the year if like Jackson Arnold's not like at game one locked in, ready to go. Like, yeah, you guys probably beat Temple, but like Houston rolling in, like if he's not squared away, like you guys could potentially drop just a random game.
if
As
if Jackson Arnold is good, like really good, I
oh,
think
you
we're a championship contender.
you guys will definitely probably only lose to Ole Miss and Bama.
Yeah, and then, I mean
Two
Texas is
losses.
a coin flip. Like we could be
Oh
ass
yeah, Texas too.
and
Fuck,
still
man.
beat Texas, and I mean Texas could be ass and still beat us. So that game's just gonna be either
They did
or.
lose a lot. They lost pretty much their top. They lost their top 2 receivers. They lost their top 2 defensive tackles. Um, I feel like they lost a little bit more than that, but they lost 4 like impact starters too. But they still have what's his nuts at quarterback.
Yeah, viewers. I mean, honestly, OU really didn't lose much
But it is a rivalry,
on
so
defense.
anything can happen.
With Danny Stutzman coming back, like I think that Billy Bowman coming back, like those are guys that could have got drafted top 3 rounds
Yeah,
and they
maybe.
came back. So I think we're really good on defense. We got the number one running back in the country. I think we'll
Hopefully,
be pretty solid.
hopefully y'all's defense carries you. I haven't even looked at our schedule yet.
Well, that's a win, 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 maybe a loss. Win,
I think
win,
the only loss we might have is Notre
maybe a
Dame.
loss. I think you guys could potentially lose to Clemson just because it's a rivalry game.
It's at home.
And it's still Clemson though. Uh, yeah, Notre Dame and then Florida just because Florida is the rivalry game. But I would say yeah, the big one that you guys really could be in trouble at is Notre Dame
Yeah, on the road
with
too.
old what's his name, the quarterback
Uh, Daniel, is it
uh
Fucking from Duke.
from Duke. Yeah, starts with
I
an
have
M, doesn't it?
I have Daniel Jones on my mind.
I don't know why
Oh
I forgot his name.
fuck.
It's just been some
Yeah,
several months.
he's very good.
And he was doing pretty good against y'all last year till he
He was
got
whooping
hurt.
our ass with a hurt leg. We was getting cooked. I don't know, man. I think our team is better this year than they were last year. Semi hot take, but especially on offense.
Offensively, I think you guys are pretty good. Defensively,
I think we have a top five defense next year.
that's still a lot of NFL talent y'all have to replace. The
I'm gonna say a top five, at least top 10 defense. Our secondary is gonna be locked down, and our weakest groups are linebackers.
you
I
guys have a really easy schedule just looking at it.
I mean Miami's got Cam Ward, so they
Yeah,
improved.
I guess that's true.
Duke got a really good quarterback. Who the fuck did they get?
Oh, it was old boy from Texas,
Yeah, their
Murphy,
backup.
Malik Murphy. Yeah,
Yeah, so they
Riley
improved.
Leonard is the guy we're
Really
just
Leonard's the
thinking of.
guy.
Yeah,
Yeah. So I don't think Duke really took too bad. They did lose their coach, but
yeah. I mean, I feel like they did lose quite a bit.
Duke's still not going to be a pushover. Clemson's still Clemson.
SMU is kind of a sneaky little game you guys
Yeah,
might watch out for.
SMU terrifies me. Miami's got Cam Ward. I'm not worried about North Carolina anymore. Notre Dame's still fucking Notre Dame, and then Florida.
It's a rivalry game,
It's a
so it could
rivalry game,
go.
but I don't know. I don't think I'm worried about them right now, anyways.
Well, at least it's at Florida State this year, which is an
Yeah,
advantage. Just
I
going to the swamp is always scary.
I like our odds. I think we make the playoffs.
Well, I mean, with it being 12 teams, the ACC gets an automatic bid. You're really just trying to win the conference, and you're in.
Yeah, I'm pretty confident. Pretty confident. I was even looking at like placing bets for like national title wins for like us right now. It was like $100 plays like 2,000. Wasn't nothing crazy.
I will say you guys are gonna have a lot less room for error than teams in the Big not Big 12, the Big 10 and the SEC.
Absolutely.
Because I mean, you guys pretty much have to win. I don't think two ACC teams are probably gonna get in. I don't see it. I feel like it's gonna be the four conference
A
champion
one
wins.
loss ACC non-champion would probably get in.
Maybe. I don't know. It just depends on how the SEC and the Big Ten play out. Because I wouldn't be
Yeah.
surprised if like a two loss, say Penn State, got in over like a one loss Louisville or something.
I don't know why you'd put Penn State in when they year in, year out
Yeah, yeah.
fail to do anything. That's got to have some play on. It's got to have some play. They never show up. They always disappoint.
This will be their first time making the playoffs, and I'm almost certain Penn State will make the playoffs. They're
Think
gonna
so?
lose first round.
I don't know. Let's check their schedule. West Virginia, dub. Okay, they lose to Ohio State almost. Yeah, their schedule's easy as fuck. We'll see USC, but yeah, their schedule's easy, super easy.
The fuck is going on?
What?
I think my door like we're like in like a tornado warning.
A warning?
Yeah, I'm gonna check
Like
my
the
shit real
sirens
quick.
are going off?
It was earlier. I'm gonna check.
Oh shit. Yeah, it's kind of spicy right in our neighborhood right now. Whole Midwest is getting ravaged right now.
Yeah, my screen door flung open. It's windy as shit out there. Yeah, the
Yeah.
sirens are going off earlier, and there's like it was like baseball size hail coming down. But yeah,
Was
no
that when
tornado.
the tornado was dropping at Newkirk?
Yeah, somewhere around there. It
Yeah.
wasn't. It was like right by Ponca, but like I really don't think Ponca could get hit by a tornado because the refinery. I really don't think so.
That's what a lot of people say, but I mean, anything's possible. It's crazy. Yeah,
I
the whole,
just
the
heard I
whole
just heard something bang and I was like, oh shit, is there a tornado?
yeah, the fucking Midwest is getting ravaged right now.
That's kind of scary.
Yeah, literally like there's like 6 states like tornadoes are dropping from like Texas all the way up to Iowa, like all at the same time. Every state. Shit's crazy. Actually not.
I'm surprised I've never been in a tornado. You'd think
I've
we would have been in
seen
a tornado, like being in Oklahoma.
I feel like I've seen one, but I don't think it like hit like where I was. It was when I was like really young. I just remember
I
like
do remember like a few being near Ponca, but I never actually saw it. Like I wasn't out there.
yeah. I don't think I was in Punk. I remember like being out in the country at some house. I don't know whose fucking house this was or
It's
what.
probably the one that hit like the Osage area.
It possibly. I just remember being in like the bathroom and like the fucking house like shaking.
Like oh fuck.
But I don't think that how like the tornado was like even close. I don't know. I have like a snapshot of like the way it looked outside, and it was pretty fucking nasty out there. Wild.
Tornadoes, just weather in general, like tornadoes and hurricanes are like the two I would not want to be caught up in.
Yeah, I agree.
You're pretty powerless, like
Well,
in
I
those
mean,
situations.
earthquakes are kind of wild too because they just happen out of nowhere. You have no like warning. At least with hurricanes and tornadoes, you're like, okay, there's a storm coming. Like, there's possibilities.
Hurricane, I feel like
Hurricanes,
you have the most warning time. You got like
you
weeks
got
of
like
warning.
at least days. Like, and then like tornadoes, like
You got hours probably.
you have notification that there's like a severe storm potential, but like earthquakes, fucking, you have no idea. That shit's immediate. Same with like tsunamis too, I suppose. Like they can potentially just happen.
Tsunamis are scary as fuck. Like that one that hit, was it Japan or was it Korea or I can't
It,
remember. Or
it was somewhere.
Thailand maybe?
It was somewhere around there.
Yeah,
They made,
one
they
of
made like a
them.
movie off of it. I'm pretty sure.
They did. That movie is crazy.
I haven't watched it, but
I've seen it. Cause like the waves come up and hit the place and then it's like everyone's just like swimming and shit.
nuts. You're cooked.
It's
You're
like
gonna.
day after tomorrow, man. That shit is
It's a great
when the
movie.
fucking wave fucking hits.
I watched that at work like 2 nights ago.
It's a great movie. It's one of the
Uh,
best disaster movies of all time.
that and 2012 are like probably the top two.
2012 is pretty good.
Probably 2012. And then it's like Dante's and Dante's Peak. That one's pretty good.
I don't remember that one. I don't know if I've seen that one.
Inferno, I think is what it's called.
Knowing's pretty good with Nicolas
Oh,
Cage.
I
That's
love
a
that
pretty good
movie.
one.
That movie is super underrated. It's like a borderline like horror thriller type movie.
I've been watching like I went on this like thing a few months ago where I just started watching like every single Nicolas Cage movie.
I love Nicolas Cage.
He's my favorite actor now. I've moved on from like Leonardo's still like one of my
You can
favorites.
see him up there on the wall.
Fantastic actor. I think I do see him. Yeah.
Fucking, I love that poster. It's so fucking stupid. They have those same ones when it's got like Drake on them and shit, and like the fucking service dress. I don't know. It looks like a super old like Canadian
Shit's
or
hilarious.
I don't know. Yeah, I love Nicolas Cage.
He's
Also one of
got
my favorite
like
actors.
he's got such an even his bad movies,
He's
he's
like
acting his ass off
yeah,
even
he
in the
doesn't give a
terrible
fuck.
movies.
He will pretty much take any job and it's just like if I like the idea, fuck it, we ball.
Sometimes like it's just crazy how he's giving his all to the shitty script, shitty supporting cast, but he's putting on the performance of his life. Like there's no other actor that would do that. Like
Nah, he doesn't.
Brad Pitt isn't gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna take this shitty movie. Like he would be like, no, I'm above that.
Yeah, who's gonna be in it? Not just me. Nah, I'm
Not
good.
doing that.
I'm not carrying this.
Have you
Yeah.
watched the one where he's Dracula, Renfield?
Uh-uh.
Very good. It's
Yeah.
fucking hilarious.
That came out in the theaters when I was in Kuwait. I almost went and watched it.
It's pretty good. It's on I think it's on Prime.
Yeah, I
I
got Prime.
think. I don't even really keep up with the streaming services right now. I don't know. I'm getting kind of just burnt out. Kind of wish they just go back to cable at this point.
I miss old school cable.
There's just too much fucking like. There's too many different choices for streaming services.
Oh my God, I fucking hate it too because you're like, oh, I want to watch this one movie. You search it up and it's on the one you don't have, and you're like, I'm not fucking paying the subscription. Just go watch this one thing.
Oh yeah, it's on Stars or something. I'm like, man, fuck
It's
off,
on
man.
fucking Peacock. Like, okay, that's the one I don't have. Like,
I hate the just the dumbass ones that like nobody has. Like I remember when Better Call Saul was like ending and I would want to watch it. It's like, oh, it's on AMC Plus.
I,
And that was the shittiest app
I've never even
ever.
heard of that.
It like it did some meltdown like during the fucking like finale. I was like, are you fucking shitting me? This is like the one episode y'all could not fuck up.
Too many people on it.
Then I'm like, oh, I guess this is your only fucking show, fucking losers.
Jesus Christ.
I need to get Max again. I really did like Max.
Yeah, I don't know that one either.
Oh, Lakers won.
Yeah, hey, this is good for whoever fucking Nuggets are playing next. You know, they're not sweeping the Lakers and getting an easy week off in between matchups.
I think they're playing the winner of
So we play the Clippers or the
uh
Mavericks.
yeah, we play the winner of that. I'm trying to they play they're gonna play the
Timberwolves,
Timberwolves. Timberwolves are up
Suns.
3-0, 3-0.
Yeah, they're
So
sweep. They're probably gonna
it's gonna be
sweep them.
Timberwolves Nuggets,
Oh, and
which
they
I
and
could
they're
see the Timberwolves beating the Nuggets.
hey, that'd be good for us. I really hope the Mavericks beat the Clippers because I'd rather play the Mavericks.
Yeah.
Uh,
Mavericks are actually a really good matchup for us.
yeah, because if the Clippers play at their full potential, they're like almost unstoppable.
Yeah, and I mean, we don't match up against really good forwards like Kawhi, PG, Braun. We struggled against a lot. Like we could throw Dort. Like Dort has been locking
Dort's been
motherfuckers down.
yeah, he's fucking going crazy.
Throw him on Luca. Throw Shea on Kyrie. I don't think the Mavericks could beat us.
No, they might win a
They don't have much size either, so it's not
they
like they
might win
really
a
have any
game, but
advantage.
maybe two. But I think we win the series.
Yeah, no, the Mavericks are. I think Luca's kind of overrated a little bit. I think he's kind of a stat pattern. I don't think he's like.
I'm just praying somebody beats the fucking Celtics in the East because if we make it to the finals and the Celtics are there, like it's gonna be tough.
It's gonna be tough, but I mean, we did have that one game this season where we whooped the fuck out of them, like 30, 40 points. But they also did the same thing to us, so
Yeah,
it could go
it.
either way. I
I'm just
don't
hoping
know.
somebody takes them out before we hopefully get there. I don't know. I can't see it. The Heat they got blown the fuck out tonight at
And they don't have
home.
Jimmy Butler, so I
Jimmy
mean,
Butler ain't gonna be back until they potentially make the fucking finals. Like the Heat are cooked. Um, no shot. There's nobody in the East that can beat them. Can't see
uh,
it.
I don't know if Milwaukee gets healthy, I could see it maybe.
The Pacers are up 2-1 on them.
Yeah, because
Uh,
they don't have Giannis, and
Cavs and the Magic are tied at 2. Oh, Orlando's up 2-1. Pretty sure.
no, I think it's tied.
Is it? Oh yeah, it is 2-2. I don't know
Yeah, I
why
think
they're a
it's
game ahead
tied.
of everybody.
Yeah, I don't know about that either. I don't. Yeah, you're probably right. There's probably nobody that could beat Boston unless Milwaukee gets healthy and they can escape this series. The West is just kind of wide open. Who really knows? I think we got a good shot.
I, it's the best shot we've had in a long fucking time.
This is probably the best team we've had as far as like team chemistry wise, like depth.
Yeah.
We don't have the maybe the star power that we did in the early KD Russ days,
Well, but
but
all of
we
our
have
people are young.
more
Like
depth.
they're still coming into like their own, you know?
Well, like Shea, maybe MVP. Like it's either him or Jokic. Um,
I hope Shea wins. That'd be cool.
J-Dub, I think he's gonna be a star. I think
He's
Chet's gonna
killing.
be a star.
Chet had a bad game. Oh, he had a bad game. He didn't score a lot. He kind of
He's
let me
not
down.
he hasn't really
He scored like
came
six
into his
points
own
or some
scoring.
shit.
But he had like 4 or 5 blocks. Like he's kind of a blocking machine.
He's so
I
fucking
think
tall.
Dort's a guy we have to keep because he's just locked down
Have
to play
to.
there.
He's our fucking Draymond. Like we cannot let him go. Like if we're letting anybody go, it's fucking Giddy.
Giddy actually had a
But
hell
Giddy
of a
had a
game
good
today.
game too.
I think like the way we're set up right now, we should just keep everybody. Draft that dude from Purdue. Um,
Giddy. Oh man. Or
with
Eddie,
our
whatever the fuck you say his name is.
yeah, draft
Yeah,
him.
trade up, get fucking. We have like 21 picks over the next like 4 years. First and second round picks, not total, just first and second round picks. We have 21. I'm pretty sure is over the next 4 years until 2030.
Ridiculous.
No, 6 years. It's until 2030. So that's stupid. Yeah, Eddie would fit into our team perfect. We need a big that's got more size than Chet.
Yeah, we need somebody that could really get boards. That's where we're
Yeah,
struggling
we're
with.
getting cooked in rebounds. But
Even
I
if
mean, that
we could
first
just
game we
trade
got
for one.
absolutely cooked, but we've done a lot better since that first game in rebounding. But we're still not doing like amazing.
We just don't have a guy that's like guaranteed to get boards. Like Giddy
Yeah.
got hella boards for us today. Like he was getting a lot of rebounds. Um,
That's potentially just also like lucky like bounces, off the glass.
yeah, I mean, I kind of like our size at the guard position though, because we have really tall guards. Like Shea's like 6'6", Giddy's like 6'6".
Yeah.
Like for
I
guards, they're tall as fuck.
I would like to get, a big and maybe if we can a better replace like a more consistent replacement for Giddy like at that spot because he's just not as consistent. Like game one, he didn't really do shit. He's like slowly started playing like more and better, but this was by far his best game of the series.
I don't know, it's like a weird situation because I feel like he really should be the point guard and his primary thing should just be passing the ball. But we have him playing the small guard and Shea bringing the ball down because Shea is a ball dominant guy. So it's like
Yeah.
almost like Giddy doesn't really fit, or he should maybe be the sixth man.
He probably doesn't really like know like he's probably still trying to find his place and figure out like what he wants to do like when he's on the court.
Yeah. I mean, if he was willing to come off the bench, I think he'd probably be a really
He
good
he,
six man.
he does sometimes. Like
Yeah,
pretty
every
sure
now
game
and
one,
then.
like he barely played it. Like he played like the first like quarter and like didn't. I don't think he played like the
He
rest of the
didn't play the
game.
last 10 minutes for sure. I know he didn't play the
Yeah,
last 10
it was
minutes.
weird. And that game was close as fuck. I thought we was gonna lose.
We got guys on the bench that I think are gonna be like stars, like Aaron Wiggins.
Yeah,
He's
our bench is
fucking great.
pretty good.
Cason Wallace,
Dog.
great. I mean, the team is loaded. We won the G League championship too, so
I seen
we
that.
got
Look at
motherfuckers in the. I went to one of the games.
yeah.
It was all right. It was kind of like a high school game almost.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it was like I thought there was gonna be more stuff for it being the G League championship. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I guess my expectations were too high. So I was like, oh, we're gonna get t-shirts. We're gonna fucking.
Didn't get shit.
I was like, maybe Adam Silver will be here. I mean, I don't know. Like,
No shot.
I was like, does G League have their own commissioner? I don't know. Like, maybe Adam Silver will be here.
That's hilarious.
No, they didn't even give us a t-shirt. I was like,
Stingy bastards.
you're gonna sell a t-shirt for $20? Like, actually, I think it was more. It's like I'm like, I'm not paying $30 for an OKC blue t-shirt.
Pass. All right, when I could just get a Thunder t-shirt
I
for the
got
same price.
they gave us free t-shirts at the in-season tournament. I feel like the G League finals is
Well, they
a
probably don't
bit
make
more
any money,
important.
They have to it's like a fucking
I
it's
got the tickets for free. I just
yeah,
remembered.
exactly. See, it's like a fundraiser, they're trying to make money. I
The
don't know why I
fuck,
couldn't
my
think of the
door's
word
like
fundraiser.
flung open again. Jesus Christ. Fucking shit. Ridiculous.
Had to pee.
My door flung open again. I'm like, what the fuck? Like it's like I don't know what more I could do. It's latched. Like,
I don't know if I could set something in front of it.
yeah, I guess that's probably the only other thing I could do. Cause it just keeps flying open. I'm just gonna lose the fucking door. I don't fucking know.
I feel like I
Fucking
just said that.
annoying. I saw a I saw this post on Facebook. I guess somebody got like submerged in water and they're clinging to a branch tree or something, and Newkirk firefighters are trying to save them or something. I don't know if they lived or not. It's 2 hours
What?
ago. Yeah,
Jesus Christ.
I hope they did. I feel like they would have given an update. Like,
Submerged in water? Like where?
it said Newkirk firefighters are working to rescue a driver that has been washed off the road,
Oh,
and scanner indicates that the vehicle is submerged and that the driver is clinging to a branch on a tree.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus.
Damn,
Yeah,
y'all
there's some like flooding going on for sure.
y'all getting cooked down there. We ain't got it that bad up here, honestly. It's been pretty mellow.
Honestly, I didn't even think it was gonna be that crazy. Like I was chilling. I heard the sirens go off. I was like, it's probably not that serious. Looked outside, like
Such an
it's cool.
Oklahoma thing. Hear the tornado sirens, you're like, eh.
I was just like, yeah, I
We're
got it.
probably fine. Let's go outside and watch.
My mom like texted me. She's like, "Do you watch during the weather?" I was like, "Well, I guess I could turn it on." She's like, "You didn't hear the sirens?" I was like, "Oh, I heard them." I was like, "I just didn't think it was serious." And then like I looked outside and there's just giant fucking hail coming down. I was like, "Oh shit."
It's fucking hilarious.
And then I turned on the TV and they're like, "Yeah, there's a tornado like going like through the Osage basically. Like he like kind of like swerved around us." But I don't think it really touched down. I think maybe it touched down in Newkirk, but it didn't touch down here or in McCord or nothing.
Shit's wild, man. Storm season kicking off, baby. That's my favorite time of year.
I used to not like storms, so now they're kind of peaceful a little bit.
I just love like the like I guess like the energy, like you can feel it in the air, you know? Like, you're like, oh fuck, we gotta batten down the hatches, you know?
Oh shit. I'm like, what am I going to do? Like, I don't
Like
really have
we
an
could
internal door.
like you go to bed and not wake up type shit.
And that's true. I mean, you can't really, it's hard to spot a tornado at night too.
Almost impossible.
A lot of people don't know it's even coming.
If that motherfucker ain't down yet, then you can't really see it building. It's too fucking dark.
Yeah, there's this lightning that fucking struck like right by my house. Like, it was kind of scary. I was like, oh shit, it's right fucking there. Man, one time I almost got struck by lightning, like in like the eighth grade. It was funny as hell. We were at track practice and I don't know if you knew who Coach Mack was, but he was like the eighth grade track coach.
Sounds
Um,
super familiar.
he was like a gym teacher. You went to Washington at some point, didn't you?
Yeah.
He was a gym teacher there. So he it starts pouring down rain like a big storm, and he's just like, "All right, everybody's on their own," and he just like takes off like running to his car. So we're like, "Fuck, what do we
What?
do?" Like, because we're in eighth grade, so we don't go to the high school, but we're like, I guess our best bet because the power is like off. So like it's dark as fuck in the locker room. We're like, fuck it, we'll go to the high school. We like sprint across the fucking parking lot and then just like right in fucking front of us. I was like, oh my God, we almost died. We just like took off running into the high school. I was like, damn, I feel like we could have had a better plan than our coach just ditching us.
I done fucking told on his ass. You almost got us killed, man.
It's actually hilarious thinking back on it. He was just like, all right, see you. Good times. Jeez, like the wind is going crazy right now. I got the radar pulled up. They're not showing us.
Sad my parlay didn't hit.
I
I hit
haven't placed
for
a parlay in a while.
hit for 200 last night. Like 230 or some
Mm,
shit. I've been
I
kind of
checked.
hitting on baseball a little bit. I've been so I was I've been fucking getting shit on, like just absolutely massacred in bets like the last couple months, and then I hit for like 90 on like some random bullshit. I didn't even know I hit. It was like 2 days. 2 days went by and I checked DraftKings and I was like, oh, like $90 in my account. And
Hell yeah.
then last night I hit for 200. I've been hitting on like these little baseball ones. I'll put like 25 in on just like an outright winner, and I'll do like if they go up 2 runs, then it's like an early win. So you like win even if they lose. Uh, I'm like 3-0 on those. So just kind of like fluctuating. I got like 140 in my account right now. I pulled 100 out. Doing okay, I guess.
You're
Nothing great.
up at 3 a.m. betting on Korean baseball. Like,
I'll bet on two fat people fighting over a piece of cake.
ridiculous. Man, I bet on March Madness. It was the fucking Houston Duke game. And there's this dude named Shed on Houston. I bet like
Oh,
he's
I know that.
over.
Yeah,
He fucking got hurt like the first like 5 seconds into the game. I was like, fuck.
tragic.
I'm like, can I get a break? And I have not bet since.
I'm so ready for football to start back up. Like I feel like I'm gonna do pretty good betting for college football this year. Um, I don't know about NFL. NFL lets me down every time. I've missed so many bets by like the fucking remember that like the Dak Prescott one. I needed like one more completion for like $600 or some stupid shit.
That
Like
shit happens so many times for me.
I missed so many parlays by like small margins like that,
I
and
missed a
it
lot of parlays by like half a point on like the fucking spread.
tragic.
Like, oh, if they would have just made that extra point, or if they would have just scored one more touchdown or one more field goal.
Bro, I've never sweated so hard for $40 before. Was it? I think was it yesterday? I did one of those up to early win bets, and I bet it on the fuck was it? The Nationals and the White Sox maybe or some shit like that.
Oh.
And no, it was the Royals and somebody else. It was 1-0 like the majority of the game. And I was like, bro, just score a single run and I'll win. And then it gets tied 1-1. And then they go up 2-1. And it's like 2-1, like all the way up into like the fucking eighth or ninth inning, and then like they score a couple more runs. Like I was like I had the game cast open on my phone like the entire fucking game because the game was blacked out, so I couldn't watch it. I've never sweated so hard just to win like $40. I was just like, please God,
Now,
and I think that
sometimes
was
you do that. Like, you're just like, I just want to win again. I just want to feel the win again.
yeah, that was the same day I won the 200, which was yeah, it was yesterday because I won that last night. Uh, I was super close to fucking hitting for 1,000 on that Lakers game. I had 12 picks and I hit 9. I needed one more 3-pointer from Austin Reeves, the Nuggets to win, and the to hit the under of the total points. So like it was pretty fucking close. I hit Austin Reeves points, Anthony Davis points, LeBron James points, Michael Porter Jr. points, Porter Jr. rebounds, Davis rebounds, Jokic points, Jokic rebounds, Jokic assists. Hit all those. Missed those 3. Tragic. And then the Thunder fucking sold me. Almost won 300, but I needed 15 points from Chet, 25 from Shea, and Shea to go under 5.5 assists.
The Thunder are a really hard team to bet on because you don't know who's gonna score on which given night.
Yeah, they're fucking super inconsistent.
They spread the ball around like it's just whoever gets open that night, really. So
Yeah,
I've tried betting on them, and it's too hard.
baseball's hard as fuck to bet on. Shit's it's hard. Like look at the shit. The Brewers and the Yankees went to like extra innings last night, and then they blow them out 15-3 today. Like,
I hate baseball so much. I don't even bet on it. That's how much I hate it.
yeah, The Dodgers made me money and lost me money today. The Orioles lost me like probably $400 yesterday potentially. I just needed them to win by 1.5. They ended up losing in extra innings.
Jesus Christ. I
That
don't even
shit's
know who's good. Jesus Christ, the Red Sox beat the fuck out of the Cubs.
the Cubs won yesterday too against the
Nah,
Red Sox.
that's what's crazy.
It's all fucking pitching matchups too, and I don't know enough about baseball, so like I have to like go on Reddit and find fucking people's advice, and who fucking knows if they know what they're talking about. I just have to take their word for it and hope.
Reddit's such a weird place.
Reddit's a cesspool.
I kind of hate Reddit. Like,
I love Reddit.
I got on Reddit like during this whole rap beef. I've been on like the Kendrick Lamar sub, like, and everybody's just like losing their mind on there, like, because he hasn't. It's been like 2 weeks, and they're like, he's not responding. Like, he's given up. I'm like, Jesus Christ, man. Like, it took Drake a month. Like, I feel like he got the same amount of time
Did it?
that it took him like 3 weeks. Yeah, took
That's pretty good
him.
response.
It was good. I didn't really like the whole AI Tupac thing and the AI Snoop Dogg. I didn't like that shit, but I liked the push up song was pretty good. I did not like the AI shit. He had to take it down because Tupac's family like threatened to sue or some shit.
Damn.
I think Kendrick's gonna respond. It's like I don't know there's shit going on behind the scenes. I don't know what it is. Like Drake knows something about Kendrick. Kendrick knows something about Drake, and they're gonna air it out. People are saying Kendrick's waiting until his album comes out, which is supposed to be like next week or the week after. It's like, surprise, but people know it's happening. I think what Kendrick should do, I think he should put it on his album. I think he should 8 Mile himself on whatever fucking Drake has on him, put it out there before Drake can even say it,
Yeah.
and then hit Drake with whatever he has.
Sounds good to me. The fucking the rap game right now it's a free for all. Ain't nobody
Yeah,
safe.
I think Kendrick got fucked over by Metro too. I think he didn't think that all these people were dissing Drake at the same time. I think Metro convinced Kendrick into thinking he was the only one that was doing it. And
It
then like 20
everybody's at
different
Drake.
people did it. I hope like I don't care who beats Drake, honestly. I just want Drake to lose. Everything I've read about Drake, I've learned about Drake over the past few weeks, that dude is a terrible person. Like he needs to be out of music. He's everything that's wrong with music. I cannot stand the guy. He's a fucking piece of shit.
I don't know shit about Drake.
He's a fucking first off, I'm not gonna say that word, but he does weird shit with girls that are a lot younger than him on film. I've seen it. Like not like it wasn't like he kissed a 17-year-old after she said she was 17. He was like, "How old are you?" And she's like, "Oh, I'm 17." And he's like, "Oh shit, you're gonna put me in jail." And he's on stage. This is at the concert. This isn't like he's doing this in front of a crowd of like 10,000 people. And he's like, "Damn, you thick as fuck though." And then he kisses her.
The
And
fuck?
this is a wild act though. He's like, "I'm 23, so I could get away with it." He literally says that.
That
I'm like,
that's not true.
I'm like, that's fucking weird, man. And then he like texted Millie Bobby Brown when she was 14.
I remember that. Yeah.
That was weird. And he was saying like, "I miss you so much," and weird shit like
Yeah, he
that.
does have like a sleazy vibe to him.
He
Like
was texting Billie Eilish before she was 18.
a little Epstein-ish.
I'm like, Drake, I don't think you want. And then I know he's nervous about it because in the Tupac AI thing, he was like, he was trying to 8 Mile himself about the pedal or the that stuff. But that is not something you could just like
Just air out and like
sweep under the rug. Like you can't just be like, "Oh, I
yeah.
said it first, so you can't say like if
Shit.
Eminem came out in 8 Mile and said he liked kids, that crowd would have jumped his ass."
Yeah. Shit, but maybe hopefully somebody's got something like on him and then they'll fucking diddy his ass.
That's what I'm hoping for. Like the shit that he supposedly has on Kendrick either has to do with his wife or his contract, which if it has to do with his contract, I really don't think anybody's gonna care. But if it's something with his wife, that could burn him pretty good because like they're like, oh, he
Drake
his
fucked his wife.
well, no, it's not even Drake fucked his wife. It's like they're saying maybe Kendrick's kids aren't really his
Who
or
fucking
something like
cares?
that, and like they're saying that's why J. Cole dropped out because I don't know. I guess J. Cole had a bad like stepfather or something, so he didn't want to diss a man for like being a
Yeah,
dad, I guess.
didn't want to get his hands dirty.
J. Cole knows something. I think that's why he stepped out. Like,
I
like
mean,
there's something bad is about to happen in the next couple of weeks.
we'll probably see once everything comes out. Because at this point, with J. Cole dropping out like that, I did lose a little respect for him. But when, if everything comes to light and we potentially know if, like, hey, he backed out for, like, a good reason, okay. But if he just, like, got fucking cold feet because he was like, got all fucking hot and bothered, dropped the diss track, and then was like, yeah, maybe I shouldn't have done that. Like, yeah, that's kind of bitch made.
Not, I mean, there's two
I hope
possibilities.
I hope it's not that. I
No,
hope
if
it's
it's that he's a bitch.
because, like, right now, like, he's, in my opinion, one of the rap goats, like, of modern rap, like, top three.
He had his chance to like be number one. That's what blew my mind about it because I was like,
But yeah, and if he did that, then he's not even in my top five.
he spent the last several years being like, I'm the best. Like he's been working so hard. I'm like, okay, now you have your shot. You put out a decent disc. I'm not
And
saying
then
it was like great, but it's
it
all
was
right.
it was good. And then you
It was
come
it
out and
was a good
say,
start.
"Oh, sorry," like, nah, that's bitch made. You claiming you hard and all this shit, and then like apologizing, like, not even in person.
But it really
Nah,
just depends on what like if like
yeah,
some
we'll
really
see.
if it gets really nasty between Kendrick and Drake, and then he knew shit behind the scenes, and he was like,
Yeah,
whoa, because I think maybe J. Cole just thought it was like, oh, we're just seeing who's the best lyrical rapper, and
yeah. Oh, we're having fun.
Kendrick and Drake are like, oh no, we're airing out our fucking really personal business, and
Yeah,
we're
J. Cole's like, yeah, I don't want no part of that.
like, actually, like I thought we were just spitting, like that's all I thought we were
Yeah,
doing.
if anything's gonna get nasty, it's gonna be that Quavo Chris Brown beef. Like, Quavo might kill his ass,
I think if
but and
Drake
Chris
keeps playing
Brown's
with
crazy.
Compton, yeah, Chris Brown's a nutcase.
Yeah, so that shit might get kind of violent.
There's a few of them where I'm like, this is a little crazy. Like have you heard the Kanye diss?
Yeah, I thought it was trash. I thought it was
I
cheesy.
thought it was a good song. I didn't think the diss was super crazy, but I saw this
I
interview of
think Kanye
him.
is washed.
I don't think so. I thought his last album was pretty good.
I think he's washed.
I think Vultures 2 is gonna be good. I think
He's in just a weird mindset for me. I don't, I guess maybe I'm just not vibing with the way he's vibing. I don't know. I don't like the way he's flowing. I don't like the way he sounds anymore. Uh, Maybe that's it. I'm super particular with, especially rap music, with, like, the way somebody's sounding and the way they're flowing. Like, I don't care what they're talking about. Like, first thing I listen to is, like, or the first thing that hits me is just, like, the appealingness of, like, the way they sound to me.
yeah.
I don't know. It's weird. Like, I like shit that people are like, yeah, that's garbage, but I'm like, it just sounds nice to me. And Kanye Elite recently is not that.
I really liked what he's doing because he's been doing that shit with the little fucking like chants in the background that I really
I
like.
fuck with shit like that. That's cool, but
And I, I,
his
I like a lot of this shit he said.
that's
Like
why I
it's
don't
it's
like that's why I
crazy
don't
though.
like Lil Wayne either. He's too whiny to me. Like, he says amazing shit and, like, he raps, like, really fucking well, but I just do not like the way he sounds.
Yeah,
Some songs he sounds different, and I'm like, oh, he's fucking flowing on the beat and, like, going crazy, and I'm like, okay, this is nice, but the vast majority of shit, nah, it's not for me.
he doesn't really switch it up a lot like that much, really, in
No,
my opinion. Um,
Kendrick's kind of the same way for me a little bit.
I think Kendrick's really versatile though. Like I feel like there's songs that like I get why you don't like Kendrick's voice, but I think there are songs where he does a different
Yeah,
delivery that you would like when he does it more like a low register, like
right.
deeper type of tone. I think you would like. But no, I get like you don't like his probably like his high pitch like
Trying to think, like, who else is like that for me that I just I don't know. I like rap references are all over the fucking place.
I listen to everything lately. I've been listening to like all genres, rap, but
Yeah.
like rap I've really been listening to because it's been like the number one thing right now. I think J. Cole still has a pathway to be. I think honestly, the loser of the Kendrick Drake beef, I think is gonna lose pretty badly, like based on
I
how
mean,
things are shaping out to be.
if
Uh,
Kendrick wants to be but number one, he gonna have to drop a better album because that last one wasn't it.
I thought that album was good.
It
I
was
thought it was
good,
really
but
good.
it wasn't nothing crazy. Like I was
Well,
expecting it to
it was a
be
very personal album though. So I mean, if he comes in with an album full of like rap,
personal's cool for like you and like your sake, but like if you're trying to like, you know, bump your fucking stock up, like it's gotta have some heat in it, you know? Like
well, I mean, he was just coming off of Damn, which like was some heat. I feel like
no, I'm talking
for
about
the
J.
most
Cole.
part. Oh, J. Cole. I
Yeah.
thought his last album was good.
No, it was good, but like it wasn't nothing like I was expecting that shit to be crazy. Like
But that's not his album though. That's like his Might Delete Later is like a mixtape.
no, like the whole thing. It came out on an album.
Yeah, yeah, that's like it's a mixtape though.
Oh,
Like
okay.
it's like the leftovers from his upcoming album. So
Now,
those
see,
were
I
just
thought that was it, and I was like, this shit
no,
kind of
no, no,
mid.
no. That's the fucking songs that didn't make the cut.
Ah, okay. All right,
So
yeah.
so for songs that didn't make the cut, I thought they were
I
pretty good.
yeah, okay, yeah. I got some hope then. Like I was literally like, I mean, there's some good ones on there. Like I
No,
like probably about three of them.
the fall off I think is either coming late this year or early next year.
God, that's so long.
That album has to be a classic and it has to be like he has two choices. He can either do a fucking song where he just addresses the whole situation, like explains why he didn't want to this and that, or he can fucking his best option really in my opinion is if Kendrick wins the beef. Say Kendrick wins his album the Fall Off's a classic. Him and Kendrick make that fucking collab album and then he just raps better than Kendrick on every single song. I feel like that's his best pathway to becoming the GOAT again.
That sounds like a lot. That's not probable.
I don't know if Kendrick would do the album with them either at this point.
I don't
I
know.
don't think Drake can really be the best rapper though, because he has ghostwriters.
No,
Like,
there's no way.
like in my
His
opinion,
Ghost Riders are pretty good though. I'll give him that.
his ghostwriters is probably in my top five. I
Like
mean,
them,
but
that motherfucker be spitting sometimes. I don't know, and I think Drake's best attribute is like his flow. Like he sounds so good when he's like when he's going. It I don't know. There's just something about Drake on a nice beat. Like it sounds really good.
I mean, his tonality of his voice, he probably has the best voice of anybody in rap as far as his
Uh,
rapping voice. His singing's like kind of mediocre, but
I don't give a
I
fuck
like
about his
it.
singing.
But
Yeah.
he sounds good, but like the past few albums, he's just sounded so fucking uninspired. Like he's like none of the songs are. I think you even texted me. You're like, this Drake album is trash. Like when the last one
I
came
did.
out.
Was that the one that had all the like the fucking dance music on it?
That was honestly never mine. But for all the dogs, was the last one. Um, I remember you texted me during that one too, because you're like, this album sucks.
I was expecting it to be some heat.
You're
Like
like the J. Cole song was good, but the rest of it was ass. It
yeah,
was I like Drake more than that's what's crazy about the whole thing is like I like his music more than most people like his
yeah.
music.
You put me on to Drake in like the fucking freshman year. I'd never listened to a single Drake song before high school. And same
Like
with the weekend too.
Drake's fans like could like say whatever they want, but I probably listen to him more than they do. The Weeknd, man, he dissed Drake on the last Future album, the
Weekend
second one.
weekend should be dissing fucking nobody, bro.
It was hilarious because he sang it, like
It's crazy.
because he was talking about how he's glad he never signed his life away to Drake. And then he said something about like their shooters are making TikToks because like apparently like Drake's like big like gangster homie or whatever like just makes TikToks and shit. So like
Hey
he really
man, gotta get that bread up. I'm just like, where the fuck 21 at?
20, I think so. I think 21's not allowed to say anything. Like,
Like this somebody, bro. Like I just want to hear you talk shit on somebody. Like, come on, man.
I think his label told him to shut the fuck up, is what I think happened.
Yeah,
Like, you're gonna
maybe.
get caught.
Like,
I'm like, you're gonna fuck your money up because you're like, you kind of play both sides. So just shut up and don't do
God,
nothing,
I just want to
basically.
hear 21 diss tracks. Like that motherfucker. I love 21 Savage.
He's pretty
He's a
good.
he's another person that's just like super like appealing to me. Like just a lot of time he do be saying like the same shit just in different ways. Like on almost all his songs, he be saying the same shit. But I don't know. He's just his voice and like the way he flows is appealing.
21 has about like one or two more albums
Yeah, he's in.
before I'm like, okay, man, you need to make something else. Like, try
Yeah,
something different. But a lot of rappers get that. They don't challenge. Like, I like Travis Scott a lot because I feel like he challenges himself every time
I
he
love
makes an
Travis
album.
Scott's the way he sounds.
I think
Well,
he's
the
great.
vast majority of his shit. He's probably I think he's probably also a shitty person, but
Yeah, with the whole
that
concert thing
yeah,
and
scummy.
not very good. The Rick Ross thing was all right. I don't know. It's like
I
kind of
didn't like it.
corny.
I don't like Rick Ross. I
I
I
think
tried
Rick Ross
listening
is
to
a
it. I got
great.
a little bit into it, and I was like, I don't like it.
I thought it was pretty funny, but then I don't know. He's just being corny about it. And he's actually the only other person that's dissed Drake. Like, Kendrick dissed him, and then Rick Ross dissed him, and then everybody else. Well, I guess Kanye dissed him, but
The
that
Weekend,
the weekend is. I mean, like subtly dissed him, but I mean, like a full blown track.
yeah,
I guess Rick Ross is the only one that did a full blown track. I think Kendrick's making Drake sweat right now because Drake is getting a little paranoid, I think, and he's like that's why he dropped that second AI song to fucking like try to
yeah, he
guess
speed it up.
what Kendrick is gonna do, and he's trying to force Kendrick's hand, and I think Kendrick knows that this is probably the most like anticipated rap song maybe of all time. Like this shit's been building up for like 10 years. Everybody wants to hear what he's gonna say. Kendrick's never really made a diss track.
Yeah,
So, like, who knows? It might not be good. Maybe he's not really like we don't know that he's a battle rapper. I mean, he's from Compton, and I've heard he's not scared of anybody really.
yeah.
So,
Bro, you sent me that Eminem YouTube video. I thought it was a diss track. Like I'd never clicked on something so like I was like I seen it and I was like I'm gonna watch this when I get home and I was like who's he talking shit on? Whose side is he on? I was like expecting him to just be shitting on Drake and I was like, oh, okay, that's fine.
I'm actually this is probably the most excited I've been for an Eminem album
I really hope he
in
just
a long time.
unleashes fucking his old self. Like I don't know, like what the fuck's he got to talk about? Like I,
I'm from my understanding what I think this album's gonna be is him kind of reflecting on like past stuff he did as Slim Shady, but through his older perspective now, like looking back on it, kind of giving his opinions on it now.
I don't know.
I think it could be pretty good.
It's either gonna be pretty good or it's gonna be complete ass. I don't think there's gonna be any in between.
Well, his past couple albums have not been very good.
I
Like,
think he's just having fun. I don't know. Maybe he might not even give a fuck like how his music does. He's just probably just chilling. Like he don't need any more hits. Like he's already one of the goats, you know? Like he can flop for the next 10 years and still be fine.
well, I feel like he's maxed out his like lyric. Like he's probably like as far as like just like pure technical ability,
Number one.
maybe the best to ever do it. But like as far as making music that actually sounds good, he struggles with it. Like
Yeah.
the past several albums, like since like the MGK shit, that was the
I,
last
I
time
wonder if like he's just making all the decisions on it. Like, this is how I want it to be. And people are like, oh, okay. And then, comes out and it's not that great. Maybe he's not like letting people like really like fine tune his shit.
he doesn't, from my understanding, like he does not take criticism very well. So
Yeah.
if somebody's like, "Hey, like you should change this," I guess he just gets really pissed and just like walks out the studio.
He's like, who the fuck do you have to say? Like, I'm the best. Which, I mean, I get it, I guess, but
I feel
you,
like you got to kind of have an open mind and be like, "All right," like because I feel
yeah,
like some of like the best rappers they'll let somebody else like kind of tell him what to do. Like even Kanye, as big of an ego as he has, like let like Rick Rubin come into his shit and like, all right, you need to get rid of this song, you need to get rid of this song, and like Kanye just does it
Yeah,
because he just like trusts the other person's like skills and knowledge.
it's got to be what it is.
Eminem, that's why he needs to get back with Dre. Like Dre has to produce this because Dre will he will listen to Dre and Dre will tell him
Jay
what to
might be the
do.
only person you can listen to, honestly.
I don't think anybody else. I don't think there's anybody else he'd listen to.
No, probably not. Unfortunately.
I'm excited for that one. There's a lot of good music coming out this year. This might be like the best music for hip hop in a long, long time.
In a single year, it's only fucking April too. Like,
Everybody sounds hungry again. Like this is the
yeah,
most like thank God that Drake got this because this is the most hungry he's sounded in fucking years.
I'm thinking Cat Williams. He said it was all gonna come out. He did say that.
That is true. No, I know that one thing I did
That
notice.
doesn't seem kind of coincidental. Ever since
Everything
that,
is
the
coming
fucking
out.
it's going crazy.
Um, there was this line in the Kanye song on the disc where he said, I'm on my Cat Williams when people get funny again," which I I think a lot of people just skimmed over that, but I think he's saying like I know shit and
Oh, Kanye probably knows
I'm going
so
to
much shit.
he knows probably his shit and he's probably willing to expose it. He probably doesn't care.
I feel like he's got his hands in a lot of pockets. Well, pause. That's kind of weird. Uh, no Diddy. Oh, maybe I don't know. Yeah, he could be on his Diddy shit.
He was in this interview. He said he was never invited to any of those parties. He didn't even
I
know
don't believe
they
that.
existed.
I don't believe
I
that.
kind of do because like Connie's
I
kind of.
don't believe he was never invited. I might believe he never went.
I could see Diddy being like, man, Connie's fucking weird, man. I don't want Connie fucking coming over here with that Jesus shit. Like, I mean, he might be thinking that. Like,
Maybe I don't know. Um, yeah, but yeah, Kanye has been around for a while. He knows a lot of people. I feel like he probably knows a lot of shit. He's been around for a long time.
I feel like they all know a lot about each other though. So I feel like
It's kind of like blackmail.
it's
Like,
like mutual. It's like having a nuke. Like literally, it's
yeah,
like once
and
one person does it, it's coming out.
people are firing him. It's like a atomic war in the rap game right now, and there's already been 4 or 5 that have been launched.
I love how J. Cole just like took himself out though. It's just like it's so funny.
Yeah,
No, when he apologized, because like it was like 2 days after the diss.
he's getting memed
When he
on.
put the diss out, I was surprised. I was like, J. Cole did it. Like he's
Came
bad.
out quick too.
Like he put the diss out. He sounds confident. I'm like, I was like, I don't know, maybe he got Kendrick. I was really like convinced. And then like 2 days later, he's like, I apologize. I was like, what the
I'm blaming the
fuck?
Illuminati. Somebody got to him.
The shit was hilarious though, because I remember J. Cole fans were just like, for those 2 days, they were just like, J.
High
Cole is
on
the
life.
GOAT. Like, fuck Kendrick. And then,
Hey,
like,
I was right there with them. I was like, let's go.
2 days
And then
later, they were shitting on him more than other. Like, the J. Cole fans were way harder on J. Cole than Kendrick fans were.
as they should be. Like that shit's that's bitch made. Like we'll see though. We'll see. I'm hoping you're right. Praying, because if not, I don't fuck with J. Cole anymore. That shit's soft.
I think it's gonna get really ugly. Like, and I don't know if I want it to get that fucking ugly again. Like the
Do it.
Pusha T with Drake, like that was cool. I'm glad Drake took the L, but like that was nasty. Like that was like I haven't looked at Drake the same way since then. And I'm like, I don't want more shit to come out where I don't look at people the same fucking way anymore. Like, I don't want like some shit about Kendrick to come out where I'm like, damn, like I don't know about this guy anymore.
I don't really listen to Kendrick like that anyway, so I don't give a fuck.
He's been my favorite probably since he did the Control verse, like in like junior year, sophomore year of high school. He's been my favorite for a fucking fat minute. Like to me, he's the GOAT. So like if he fucking loses this battle, that'd be crazy because I think Kendrick's the best ever. Like,
Really.
I think Kendrick's the best rapper of all time. Either him or Jay-Z, maybe Nas. Uh, there's a few I could throw in there, but like Kendrick to me, he's got the lead for me because he has a flawless discography. And he's just never taken an L. So like for him to take an L, that would kind of knock it, that kind of ruin it for me. Like I'm like, fuck, I gotta put somebody else ahead.
Eminem where he rightfully belongs.
Eminem, man, like he has been the best rapper before, but like since he like stopped doing drugs, basically, like I don't know, the
I
music
mean,
just
everybody's gonna fall off doing music that long, It's 20 plus years. Like,
Nas is still going hard, like to this
I
day.
ain't heard Nas' shit in like 10 years.
He
Like,
just won a Grammy like 2 years ago. Album of the year.
didn't come across my page.
King Disease 1, 2, 3. Look them up. Those are fucking amazing albums.
I
Nas is
don't think
still going hard.
I don't think I'm a huge Nas fan, to be fair.
I like Nas just because like he really went at Jay-Z. Like that was actually
I
crazy.
I don't fuck with Jay-Z.
See, I think Jay-Z is one of the best of all time. Like
Jay-Z's got Jay-Z's on that Diddy vibe for me.
I mean, they were friends. That does make things a
Jay-Z's
little
weird,
weird.
bro. He's weird.
But his ability, like he says shit that like I've heard the song 1,000 times, and then I'll be like, wait, you meant that? Like
Yeah, he's very fucking good, but I don't know. He's got a weird vibe to me, and I feel like I've had that vibe for a while. Like
he
he's
hasn't made music for a while, so I haven't really like.
I don't know. He gives me the EBs.
He's a weird guy. Andre 3000, actually, he's really high up on my list.
I fuck with Andre.
If he made a fucking solo album, that
Maybe
would
wish he'd come out with a diss track. Who's
he
he got?
he
Who's he beefing with?
he doesn't do diss tracks
Yeah,
because he was on the Kanye song where he dissed Drake, and then he got real pissed at Kanye for dissing Drake on a song he was on because he's like, I don't want to be caught up in any of like Andre 3000 as far as talent wise, or as far as like the way he sounds, he's like almost like the perfect rapper. He just doesn't
yeah,
rap as much.
I like him.
Yeah, Eminem is pretty high up on my list though. I just
He
I
ain't
just want
top.
to know. I just want to. He's probably top five for me,
God, he's gonna be top. He's gonna be everybody's top five. Like if he's not top five, like
but he's not like number one to me. Like
I mean that's fair. Yeah, everybody. It's all like there's no benchmark. Like there's no way to like determine like who's the best.
well, and
It's
everybody
everybody's
everybody
bias
has a different like what you think sounds good. I
criteria.
might not think
Yeah,
sounds good. You know
exactly.
what I
So
mean?
it's impossible to like accurately rank like singers and musicians.
Well, and there's so many different
You can
like
go off
facets.
sales, you can go off fucking the like length of career, number ones. Like, I mean, I guess you could go like say like a band, right? If they dropped fucking 6 albums and all fucking 6 of them were number one on the charts, like I guess, but like it's really hard to like. But you also have to look like the time that they're performing too. Like what's popular right then. Like there's fucking old music that's like absolute bangers that just wasn't super popular at that time, so they didn't do as well.
I feel like you can't like.
It's impossible.
I feel like number one's like there should be like a piece of it, but you can't judge the whole thing off of it because like
Well,
I
and then you got
like
to look at who's making the fucking rankings. It's people's bias. It's other people's opinions. Like
I really like Future, you know what I mean?
I don't like
But
Future.
he's had 10 number ones and he's like the third rapper, like third most, but he's not the third best rapper of all time. You know what I mean? So like number
No,
ones don't really fucking matters in the GOAT
I think
conversation.
it plays a little into it, but like
I mean, you have to be relevant enough for people to know who the fuck you are.
yeah,
Like yeah, if you're the best rapper in the world, but you only sold like 300 copies, then like no, you can't really be the GOAT if nobody knows who the fuck you are.
true.
But I mean, there's different aspects to being a rap. Like rhyme wise, like rhyme skill wise, Eminem to me is the best as far as like bending words and different stuff. But like Jay-Z could pull out like a quadruple entendre or something. I'm just like, what the fuck? Like sound wise, I probably got to give that to Drake. Um Kendrick to me, he makes just like it's his albums, like their stories, like almost all of them are. And he actually like you have to think about what Kendrick said. Like you have to like reflect on it and like shit Kendrick has said has actually like helped me grow as a person. Because I'm like, oh shit, like that's a really good perspective on that. I never thought of that way.
Yeah,
Which not, it's really hard for musicians to do that.
that is true. 'Cause most of the time they're just talking about bullshit.
especially in rap. A lot of it's like complete nonsense.
Or they're just lying. Most of it's just people talking shit and lying, putting on a front.
Sometimes they're just making noises like Playboy
Fucking,
Cardi. I like him, but he just makes
just
random ass noises.
fucking barking at people like DMX.
Rest in
R.I.P.
peace. He's a great rapper.
I love DMX.
Underrated, probably most underrated rapper of all time.
Yeah, he'd be in the top 5 for that category.
I mean, because nobody talks about DMX. Like, I mean, you got to think around the time Jay-Z and Eminem were like at their peak. So is fucking DMX. Like, but people don't like remember that part of like the fucking rap history.
No, he just wasn't as popular.
And he's fucking crazy.
He was nuts. And he was an actor.
Yeah. I think if Tupac was alive, I think he would have been an actor. Like just like that would have been his
Oh,
thing. He would have just
100%.
transitioned into movies. I don't think he'd be rapping like that anymore.
Maybe occasionally drop a song or something just for
Yeah, he'd be
fun.
like Ice Cube or something. You know what I mean? He'd just be acting,
Yeah.
doing other shit, and then every now and then he'd
I
pop
think
up
he'd have
with
been a
some
good
songs.
actor.
The movies he had were fucking good. Like Juice, you ever seen that movie? It
I think so, yeah.
was a great fucking movie.
The fuck was that? Oh, you got anything else you want to talk about?
I don't think so.
I'm going off on a
Uh,
super fucking tangent.
we've talked about a lot of random things, but at the end of it,
Yeah.
no, I guess we'll if you watched the episode this far, congrats. Uh
I hope
um
the people that just watch our videos just like get stupid fucking drunk like we do and just like, yeah, hell
there's
yeah.
been some videos where I'm like, damn, motherfuckers really watch this shit to the end. Like it's never a high number of people that watch it to the end, but
At
there's
least
like a
one,
few,
like
yeah.
we got some loyalists.
Like you watch the whole fucking thing. Like, nah, I can't imagine the people that watch like our early shit where we just like go to the bathroom and just like I wouldn't edit it or nothing. It'd just be like just nobody sitting there for fucking like a
Two
couple
straight
minutes.
minutes. Yeah. I mean, I would imagine they just skip forward or turn the video
Yeah.
off at that point.
Um, yeah, but I'll end the episode there. So roll time.
Roll Tide.